Welcome, everybody, to the Three Bastards podcast. We're a little late today, and Smitty might not be joining us until a little bit later. He's dealing with some power issues right now, but we will get into it, and we will hope that he's able to join us. Mr. Tiller. So what do you got for us today, Mr. Tiller?
Honestly, I think we should start off with what I think is absolutely least likely to happen. Trump challenges Biden to televised debate at New York City courthouse tonight. Does anyone do a good Trump voice?
I was just gonna say I'll give it a shot if.
Yeah, get it.
Crooked Joe Biden just announced that he's willing to debate. Everyone knows he doesn't really mean it, but in case he does, I say anywhere, any place. An old expression used by the fighters. I suggest Monday evening, Tuesday evening, or Wednesday evening at my rally in Michigan, the state that he is in the process of destroying with his EV mandate.
A beautiful state.
Beautiful, beautiful state. That's what they tell me. In the alternative, he's in New York City today, although probably doesn't know it, and so am I, stuck in one of many court cases. You know, those Biden cases that he's instigated as election interference against a political opponent, a continuing witch hunt. It's the only way he thinks he can win. In fact, let's do the debate at the courthouse tonight on national television. I'll wait around.
Nice little hands. I like the little hands. I think that was good. What do you guys think? You think that they're gonna debate? You think that Joe Biden's gonna show up?
It would have happened by now. His bedtime was about 3 to 5 hours ago.
Oh. I listen.
Kareem tucked him in 4 hours ago, bro.
Yeah, I imagine right about now, if he's not asleep, he's getting a nice little diaper change and a warm little glass of milk to put him back to sleep.
So I love, one of my things I used to love doing, and I still do it every now and then. I like to watch the debates over and over again, and they're always the best. But when it came to Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I remember a comedian said it the best, that Joe Biden really is. Oh, you know who said it? What's his name? Shane Gillis said it. It's like Joe Biden really is like Donald Trump's kryptonite, because Donald Trump will be lashing out, hitting him every which way, and Joe Biden will be just standing there like, huh? No, man. That's not true, man. I think
what he said was Donald Trump can really get in your head, but he can't get in Joe Biden's head.
There's nothing there.
Joe Biden isn't in his head. Wait, what are you talking about, man?
Come on. You haven't done a shot of pressure.
You said this was 13-year-old. Yes, 13-year-old man.
Do you guys think that there's going to be a debate this year?
No way.
No way, right?
There's no way. And I can tell you,
you're about to say the exact same thing I'm about to say, is because Biden would get absolutely the shit stomped out of him.
Well, yes, that is plain dead, or that's plainly obvious.
Dead, yeah.
But the other reason is because Democratic Party in general will not debate Donald Trump, because then that would give credit, or that would give recognition. You know
platform.
What I'm saying? Right. Well, a platform, but then also the Democratic Party doesn't even want to recognize Donald Trump as a Republican candidate.
They don't want to. They don't want to argue on anything. They don't. They would love it if there was no debate, because they what are they going to argue on?
No, they're going to, he's going to go around the country all this great stuff that he's doing, and he'll say that he'll debate him, but no, there will be no debate.
And isn't Trump neutral on the stance of abortion, which would be the Democrats' only sticking point?
Well, so Donald Trump has made it. I mean, he's said it over and over again that it should go to the states, right? That it
so he basically made a neutral stance on it. So it's right. Listen, if you want to go live in California and deal with it in California, then go to California. So I feel like that's a much more neutral stance than being yes or no either way.
I heard the argument. I can't remember who it was, but I heard today that
I heard it was somebody in one, either NBC, ABC, basically was saying that, oh, we know where Donald Trump is on abortion, and if he gets elected, then it'll go back to a federal issue, and that he'll try to ban it at the federal level. Well, that goes completely against everything that he has said, right? And even the Supreme Court, the whole thing about overturning Roe v. Wade was that, hey, this is not a federal issue.
Exactly.
It goes down to the state, and Donald Trump has echoed that. So they're just fear mongering. They're saying, oh, he's going to take your rights away. He's going to take your right to kill these kids away.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely contradictory because he didn't make the ban in the first place. Instead, he pushed that, like you said, each state would get their own right to choose. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have done it then. And this has been the argument that a lot of people have, especially on the conservative side, has been making. If we were to ban abortion, make it for the states, let the states decide instead of the federal government, because there's a lot of what's that one state? Utah. It's mostly like Mormons, I guess it is, or something. And it's a very religious state. To have abortions in that state, it's just counterproductive to the way they live.
Well, a lot of the Republican Party isn't helping with this issue, right? Because you have the staunch, conservatives who are, that it's abortion is murder. Got it. Your personal beliefs, everything else, but politics. Look, we don't want that federal control, right? We want to get the federal government has way too much control as it is.
That's always the goal.
We're fighting to get it back. Exactly. Politics is local, and the next win, the first win was the Supreme Court saying, hey, this is not a federal issue. It is a states' rights issue. So that's the win. Now fight it at the state level. Stop that any presidential candidate, when asked about abortion, Donald Trump is giving the right answer. I don't have any, my personal beliefs and everything. Don't my personal beliefs. They have no reference here. It's a states' rights issue. We'll leave it up to the states. The people of the states, they can decide. They can decide what they want to do. That's the right answer to this to abortion.
We hold on before we got into this a little bit on the first podcast. Listen, the government's good at two things: blowing things up and signing treaties, and that's really the only thing that the federal government should really be doing. Is they should have a military, the ability to sign treaties. That's about it. As far as like building roads, schools, healthcare, all these things, the states should figure that out.
Yeah, that should all be at the state level.
Yeah,
right?
because everybody's different, and people move to specific states based on their specific morality or their culture or whatever, and maybe flyover country like Utah and stuff like that. Like I was just saying, it's very religious, so maybe people want to go down there because they're associated with that religion. Every state
not
should.
only that, but if we stopped making everything a national issue, then the divide in this, then there wouldn't be as much division in this country, right?
Yeah.
But when you're trying to make everything, and you're not going to get the entire nation of the United States to agree on all of these different ideas. That's why, yes, Florida is different than California. Yes, different parts of the country have different social norms and different things. Stop making everything a federal issue.
Bro, I think people take for granted how big America really is. It's a big fucking country. Like, when American people think about like European countries like Great Britain and stuff, they don't realize that America's like 10 times, if not more, the size of Great Britain. France, all that stuff. Like, you could fit most of Europe inside of America.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you look at, and that was the whole thing there, right? They made the EU. They made the EU too big and tried to take on too many. Oh yeah, many issues. Yeah, and then you had essentially what these different countries, which essentially compared to the United States are different states. Right, saying, hey, no, we don't want to be part of that. We want our own identity. We want, well, that's that's what the United States should be, right? It's the United States. The states are their own entities, right? But we all work together on certain federal things. If we're dealing interstate, I mean, God, we take this back to seventh grade freaking government. You know what I mean? But no, it's become so large that that's where the division comes from.
You don't even have to look at our model. You could look at a more recent model like you were talking about with the EU. Look how shitty that fell apart. You got the British, first of all, the British with Brexit, they left. And you had the recession when Greece was going through all this austerity, and then they had to cut all their social programs because they had no more money. And you know who ended up having to bail them out? All the other countries in the European Union. That was one of the reasons why Britain ended up leaving. Why should they be responsible for all these other countries' mistakes? And it just drags down everybody else. So when you have highlighting the states' rights over the federal rights, all you do is move out of the state and you go to another state that suits you better. But we're getting to this point where it doesn't matter where you go. Federal government has gotten so big and so centralized that their arms just reach into all these places. Like you got your state wants money, you guys want subsidies for X, Y, and Z, then you got to play ball.
Right, and the fucked up part about that is that that money, those subsidies, is taxpayer money anyways, right? So if we shrunk the amount of things that the federal government was taking on, then hey, Florida doesn't have an income tax. I would have no problem reducing the amount of money that I pay to the federal government for all of these. No, let's bring the responsibilities back down to the states and let me pay tax to my state to take on these responsibilities because I have more control over my state government than I do federal government. And guess what? If I don't like the way my state is going, then I will move to a state that more aligns with my beliefs. That's what it is. But they don't want that. They don't want that. They want one global hegemony, right? They want it all. Nope, this one cookie cutter everything, and it's their way or nothing. That's where the division comes from. You're going to have revolutions out of that, right?
You know what I find that's really fucking crazy, dude? Like, forget people don't know who their Congress people are. People don't even know that there's really two Congresses. There's the federal Congress, and then there's your state Congress. So you have your two senators that go to federal Senate, with all the 50 senators and whatnot, and you have your House delegates that go to the House. You also have a state Congress. You have a state Supreme Court. You have all these things that the federal government has. We also have at the lower levels and the state levels. And we would be so much better off with it, but listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you have Texas is a very good example of it. I've actually I've visited the actual Texas, Congress, and I mean, yeah, the Texas government they function just like the federal government, but at the Texas level or at the state level, and they're more than capable of taking on all these responsibilities. But again, subsidies, that's how the federal government gains control, right? Especially through the school system, the education system. Oh, well, if you want this, if you want the money for all the free and reduced lunch and the meals and all that stuff, then, hey, you need to include that. No, get out of my schools. Okay, I will pay my state for the schools. You know what I mean? Get out of it.
Yeah.
But, all right, what do we got next?
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that you segued so perfectly. There we go. Mike Johnson responds to Ilhan Omar's criticism of his visit to Columbia University. If these universities would be held accountable and then protect their students on campus, we wouldn't need to be there.
Sheesh. So, just off the bat, I think I told you guys in the chat, in the Discord chat, a little yesterday or something. I used to work and do tents and shit. This is kind of irrelevant, I'm sorry. But Columbia University has a beautiful campus, and all the kids there are dumb as rocks. And I hope they're listening to me because they're dumb as rocks, right? So we used to, like I said, we used to put up tents for the graduations and stuff. This was a company I worked at like 10 years ago, so I don't give a shit if they go pissed off to them. So we used to put up tents, and we used to put up caution tape. So we would lift these 100 by 20 tents over our heads, like 50 of us, and then we would put the stakes in or whatever we were doing. We would have caution tape. These kids would always, on their phone, just walk right under the caution tape while we're lifting up these giant tents above their heads, and it's like complete oblivious. These are supposed to be Ivy League kids. They're not giving us their best.
I mean, those are the future politicians of this great country. I mean,
those are the future Jeffrey Epsteins.
Oh, Jesus, God.
Listen, all those weird people, man, they all come out of like Harvard, Stanford, and all those weird things, like the robots and the AI and all that. So all these things come out.
I believe one of the colleges that are really vocal about these protests is it not Yale that had some protests?
Yeah, Yale's.
And I believe Yale's founder was Jewish, wasn't it? So, like, what are they going to do now?
What happened, Kanye? Wait.
What happened? What do you mean by they?
What do you...
But who's they, though?
Who's they, though? Oh, shit, Tiller, lead us off with this story. What's going on here?
That shit's great. No, I mean, I'm still here. I just had to run and grab a beer. But, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I could read all these words here. I could just tell you how I feel. To be honest with you, I don't think Mike Johnson is doing anything for the people. I don't think he cares about the campus. I just think he wants people to hush up about Palestine so that more money can keep getting shuffled straight to Ukraine.
All right. Well, okay. So, I mean, let's get into this a little bit. All right. So, first of all, how do we feel about what Mike Johnson said about bringing in National Guard to get these protests under control? Like
that literally,
the National Guard doesn't do what it did so long ago, and actually just gets these people out and only shoots people who are actually aiming a firearm at them.
So if you're referring to Kent State,
putting their life in danger.
So you're probably
Kent State,
Kent State, and that's what it fucking seems like. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen or that's what I think is gonna happen, but it
is important to remember though that there was a reason the National Guard was called to Kent State so long ago. Though
why was they called?
I'm not saying anyone acted well or good. I'm just saying that a whole lot of bad happened that day.
Could you pull up Kent State for us?
I could real quick.
While you're doing that, okay, so I mean, from what my understanding is, we got these occupation protests that are happening, and now all of a sudden these protests have been labeled as anti-Semitic. Now,
are they getting violent though?
Right. If there's look, whether I agree with them or not.
Do we remember what year that happened?
Yeah, you got it right there. Pull up
1970, right?
I'll say it.
No, so I mean, whether anybody agrees with these people or not, if they're occupying, but it's not violent, then okay, it's kind of like people burning the flag, right? Like I think it's reprehensible, but I still die for your right to do it, right? For for the freedom of expression or whatever. So I mean, I served in the military, I understand the rights. So. But now all of a sudden it's like, oh well, now we're going to classify it as anti-Semitic. So you know what I mean? It's like, okay, wait a minute.
But why
didn't we classify the BLM riots as racist? Right? Like like look, either it's free speech or not, and I'm not going to, even though I don't agree with these people, and I think they're, whatever, over half of them don't know what the hell they're even there for, so that's number one. But number two, I'm not going to sign away my rights to stop them. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not the way this works. The best way to deal with it is, okay, they have some stupid ideas. let them voice it. Hey, let's expose their stupid ideas and let's speak our ideas that make sense. That is the purpose of free speech, right? The battle of ideas. Don't give me this, oh, we need to silence this shit. No, because next thing you know, okay, Mike Johnson, all right, no problem. Hey, you just told Biden, send the whoever in to take care of these protests. I don't care if anybody gets hurt or not. Okay, well then what happens when turn around to the next election or whatever, and conservatives finally decide to grow a pair and stand up and do a protest, not a riot, but a protest, and the precedent's already been set. We already know that all MAGA are racist, right? So hey, we gotta get out of here with that shit. It's the battle of ideas. That's what conservatives need to do better. It's time for us to get out of our bubble. I've been explaining this to my kids. Conservatives, we're humble beasts, right? We're humble beasts. We stay and we protect our own, and it's like, hey, as long as you're not bothering me, whatever. But it gets to a point, you're changing the entire fabric of my country. Now we need to speak up. We need to make our ideas known and let it in and speak out against other ideas.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't keep. We can't keep playing like. I'm just going to protect my household. No, you're losing your damn country. Let's go.
What do they say when you don't allow peaceful?
I'll fucking mend to that real quick.
But what do they say? They say when you don't allow for peaceful protest, you only foster revolution or violent protest.
Right.
When you don't let people voice that. Listen, at the end of the day, if the fucking college wants to, they could trespass them. But what? Why do you have to call the fucking National Guard for that?
The problem is the college doesn't want to do anything. You know why? They could trespass them. They could expel them. But then they're going to lose that money.
Yeah.
So the college is just sitting back like, hey, somebody will eventually deal with this, and then Mike Johnson coming in like speaking his great fucking ideas. No, put the responsibility on the institution, right?
And they make a good point.
It's their institution. If they want to allow these stupid occupations and Hamas this, Hamas that, and whatever. Okay, that. Hey, then maybe guess what? Maybe conservatives will stop fucking sending their kids to stop funding these schools and stop sending their kids to these schools. And then, I mean, hell, they're already losing mega donors, right? Because
where were any of these fucking National Guard soldiers when fucking the courthouses were being firebombed? When the police station, remember when the police station had to get evacuated? And the police had to fucking evacuate the fucking police station because it was on fire. Yeah.
Right. Where was the uproar then?
But imagine.
Now, all of a sudden, this is anti-Semitic, and we have to do something about it.
Imagine.
Give me a fucking break,
bro. Imagine if Donald Trump did call the National Guard, dude. We would still be talking about the court cases that are stemming from it today, if that happened.
Yeah. I feel like we are still talking about court cases.
Yeah, but it would have been more. It would have been more court cases.
So many we couldn't even imagine.
Bro, Chuck Liddell would have been there because Chuck Liddell had the had the documents for the National Guard. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was good.
So, I do have to ask you guys a question that's completely and 100,000% on topic to what we are talking about right now. Do you guys have the Discord open? Can you guys get to the meme, hurry?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
The fuck? Avocados.
Avocado lovers, sit down because I'm about to change your life. Did y'all already know this? Avocados stay good for freaking forever if you put them in water in the fridge. These have been in here for 2 whole dang weeks while the control group on the countertop rotted. They're perfect. I'm speechless. If y'all knew and didn't tell me, I'm gonna be big mad.
What is the point of this, Tiller?
That's bullshit.
I genuinely wanted to know if anyone knew this or had any sense of validity to this, if that's a word.
I will do
Does anyone test this or is this bullshit?
Look, I will do a controlled test. I love me some avocados, and that is my biggest thing. Is like, you never know when they're quite ripe, and then you cut them open, and it's like, oh shit, this one went bad. I will do a controlled test on this this coming week, and I will report back next Friday.
I like that.
We're gonna expect a detailed review with notes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
Excellent.
I'll set up a camera in there and do a time lapse too. Yeah, I will definitely take some pictures and let you know how it turns out, because that's my biggest pet peeve with avocados.
So
I don't understand how that has to do with this. Can you please connect the dots, Tiller?
Well, I said speaking of things that are round but somewhat like ovular in shape.
This is the worst segue. What the? Was this your attempt at a segue that got us to talk about avocados so you could talk about castration?
Well, I couldn't find anything like new about eggs, so I just found a meme about avocados.
Huevos.
Right.
Actually, none of this was planned at all. Whichever one you choose to believe is up to you. But what do we think about this? A Louisiana judge sentences man to physical castration for raping teenage girl. Offender has also been sentenced to serve a 50-year prison sentence.
Oh, damn. I mean, I was fine with the castration, but they fucking...
I know, right? Like
50 years on top of the castration, that kind of sucks.
Never think to do it again after that. Like, I feel like most people would...
Well, he can't do it again because you castrated him.
Well, castration. Say that. All I'm saying is, as long as it's definitive this happened, like there's no doubt, nope, he's guilty. Yeah, then yeah, whatever. I don't like the idea of them being sentenced to 50 years in the prison system because, quite frankly, I don't want to be paying for his life in the prison system. I think when it comes to a lot of these crimes, and there's it's cold hard. There's no question. It's guilt beyond reasonable fucking doubt.
Why can't we have like an island like the British did with Australia, where we could just send everybody?
Well, we have Epstein Island. Why don't we just fucking send them there?
We should send them there.
We don't even need to send supplies. It's hey. Figure it out.
They could fucking fish.
Paragraph right here has me in concern. In addition to serving 50 years, the plea requires Sullivan to be physically castrated. Perlu, I'm not French, I'm not going to try that again, said.
No, try it your best, come on.
No. Under state law, the procedure will be carried out by the state's Department of Corrections, but cannot be done more than a week before the end of the offender's prison sentence. He'll have his nuts the whole 50 years is in prison.
Wait, so
when he will be 104.
So what?
Basically, he's just gonna die in prison.
So he's getting his pee-pee taken off and not his balls?
No. He's not getting none of that. I'll read it again. Cannot be done more than a week before the end of his prison sentence.
Yeah, until a week before the end of his prison sentence. Then he's gonna. Well, so that's a little bit better than what I thought, because number one, I thought they were going to do it in the beginning, and then it's like, oh, great. So not only are we paying for his 50 years in prison, but we're also paying for all the medical care. Well, okay. And unless they put him in solitary, then, Lord willing, he won't make it 50 years. This is... all this stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, we're ready to move on to this impromptu topic right here.
Wait. Do you guys think that if he dies, and then do you think they'll exhume his body just to cut his penis off?
Great. We have to pay for that too?
I'm with you on that. I don't want to pay for anything.
Hey, before we get off this topic, oh shit, you're not going to believe this one. I'll send you the link.
Alright, yeah.
Hey, if I go too far, we got to have like some kind of safe word or something where y'all tell me, oh, okay,
Peaches.
and pull it back.
Peaches.
What's that?
Peaches. The safe word.
We're live on Rumble, but we are not live on YouTube, so
Hey,
you don't have
what's
to worry
up,
too
Rumble?
much.
Tiller, check the memory.
Do we have any viewers yet on Rumble?
Oh, Smitty was good with that.
I need to subscribe to the to the channel.
We have one viewer. Yay.
Is that you?
I think so.
Are you the one viewer?
I believe so. I feel like when Smitty's on,
It is in fact not me, but I can become a viewer to help boost us up.
but so take us into this article now that we're talking about fucking castrating rapists.
Great.
This is something else, and I did hear about this. What happens now that Harvey Weinstein's conviction was overturned in New York? A spokesperson for Weinstein tells NBCNews.com that they are trying to get him medical care as he awaits a decision on a potential New York trial.
That's
Okay.
that's pretty crazy. So
Yeah.
let me read into this. Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction was overturned Thursday by New York's Court of Appeals, and many are wondering what happens next year. Or what happens next. Weinstein has been serving a 23-year prison sentence in New York's Mohawk Correctional Facility following his conviction on charges of criminal sex acts for forcibly performing oral sex on a TV and film production assistant in 2006 and third-degree rape for an attack on an aspiring actor in 2023 or 2013. So this guy's out of jail now. He's just doing his thing again. He's producing movies.
All right, wait a second. Just so I understand this fully. Okay, so he was convicted for giving oral sex?
That's what I was wondering. He gave the oral sex, or did he get the oral sex? That would be kind of fucking weird, dude.
And I mean, I don't know. That
He's a
was
giver.
the victim the one receiving the oral sex. Just to be clear, the one receiving the oral sex, the victim. was this a
Performing
male?
oral sex on would imply that it was
Yeah.
happening to another person,
Yeah, so
but I don't really want to imagine it too much farther either way.
Oh,
Anyways,
Jesus Christ. Come on, don't
I'm
put those
just saying,
pictures in my
imagine
mind.
imagine getting sentenced to prison for giving a BJ.
Oh God!
Already,
See,
you
I didn't
gave
even
a
think
BJ,
about that. I
and
thought
you
maybe
put in prison for-
he was
right
eating
in
some fucking some seafood or something. But Jesus Christ, he's just having sausage. He likes the
why would he wanna leave
sausage.
prison?
my man got busted pounding bratwurst around back.
He likes the sausage. That's it. He fucking pounding them.
Oh, wee.
Oh, we boss. Yeah. So it looks like though that they're gonna try to do a new trial for him.
I don't know, man. It seems like they're just gonna be like, we're gonna do this later when we're not busy, and then a year down the line, oh no, we're still busy though. It just seems like kicking it down the line,
Yeah, bro. He's already. What did it say? He was 76 right now or something. No, 73.
73. He's gonna be like 99 years old by the time they finally get to this trial.
Yeah, it's over and done with. Harvey Weinstein, or yeah, that's his name, Harvey. There's so many Weinsteins and Epsteins and fucking Steens. Holy shit. Yeah, this guy's not seeing prison.
Well,
Like Alec
while we're
Baldwin.
talking about some gay ass shit, though. Oh, this is gay shit about protecting children from gay shit.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't have anything. more to
I
say
get
on
into
that,
I
so
get into
just banned. All right, so what's next?
So what's up with these books?
Alabama lawmakers advance legislation to prosecute librarians who provide explicit books to minors. This is an effort to protect children.
I Alabama lawmakers have advanced legislation that would allow the state to prosecute librarians who provide explicit books to minors. I'm fucking with it.
So,
Just because it's a librarian, would you make the difference if a person gave a child a Playboy magazine, whether they're a librarian or a regular person? I don't think anybody would be fine with that.
the problem that I am seeing
Whoa,
what?
Hello.
Look what the cat dragged.
Oh my
in.
man.
The power is back.
He survived the
Hallelujah.
tornado.
Smitty actually uppercut the tornado out of existence. The tornado is now in space.
I said no more.
Wait, was there really a tornado, Smitty?
I don't know. There's just no power.
Oh.
It could have just been high winds.
Oh,
There's been a
Jesus.
tornado watch out here like all day. So,
Okay. Well, I'm glad
but we're
you
gonna go
found-
with me uppercutting the tornado into space. That just sounds better.
Yeah, that's definitely. Fucking sure showed that tornado.
To be honest with you, I feel like that could be one of your comics, Llama.
Fighting tornadoes.
Smitty just like there's nothing I can do against this tornado.
Miller,
Just
stop giving
punch
away
it.
the plot of future comics. We're
Jeez,
using
man.
that. Stop.
Wait, Tiller, you were saying something. I'm sorry. Before Mr. Smitty rolled up in here.
Actually, let's reintroduce Smitty into this story here on Scanner News. Alabama lawmakers have advanced legislation that would allow the state to prosecute librarians who provide explicit books to minors. The bill is called HB 385, if anyone wants to look into it.
And it looks like it got a vote 72 to 28. And look, back to what we were saying. It says right here, the Alabama House of Representatives, not the regular House of the Alabama House of Representatives.
See, they still have somewhat of a functioning government. Like, New York is basically a rogue state at this point.
Yeah,
Sorry, Llama.
Rogue is. See, you're right, but yeah, you know what? You're right. Okay, you're right.
I'm sorry, my
Because
friend.
no, they
I hate to
do
talk shit
get the
about
majority.
your home.
I was gonna say they do. There are a lot of red districts and red areas in New York, but blue always
There's
gets
also
it.
a lot of like red stains on the sidewalks as well from people who have just been straight up shot for no reason.
It ain't that bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Right,
man.
but Llama, you're talking about the people though. The government of New York has been captured.
Well, what I was getting at was if you look at the New York the New York House of Representatives, it's like 70-30, like 60-40, but it's always a majority for blue. It's captured.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you, I mean, we're seeing more and more every day that the more, it doesn't necessarily mean the whole population of New York, but the government of these states have been captured.
You know what's fucking funny, dude? Since
This quote from Representative Chris England: "This process will be manipulated and used to arrest librarians that you don't like, and not because they did anything criminal. It's because you disagree with them."
Yeah, fuck those guys.
A Democrat argued.
They're giving pornos to fucking children. They should definitely be arrested.
Yeah, anyone else would go to jail for it, so they should too.
Yep. I was gonna say though, even since 2016, living in New York, I've worked in construction, and I'll tell you right now, the most adamant Trump supporters in New York City are black, Spanish people. The only people that don't like Donald Trump in New York are like I'm not trying to like throw women under the bus, but it's mostly fucking women, and it's guys that want to get with the women so they fall in line. And I know
betas.
I know a lot of personal dudes that will just say whatever the fuck they have to say or believe in. They don't care either way. But if it means getting some, then that's what they're gonna believe. And I know so many dudes like that.
Did you guys see the clip of the New York construction worker?
Yeah,
where, he was
bro.
being
That's
interviewed?
I've never,
Yes,
bro. I've met thousands of construction workers. I've never met. I've worked for the union. I've worked fucking non-union. I've met hundreds of thousands of people. I've never seen anybody that was like really anti-Trump. That's what I never got. I never understood how.
Literally never met a real true Biden supporter. Only people who are vote blue no matter who.
I've also seen
for anybody but Trump.
I've seen a lot of Biden supporters too, but they're not like construction workers, like soccer moms and shit. They'll have like a Biden supporter shirt on with their kids and stuff, and it's like, Jesus Christ, lady.
So it's like what Steven Crowder said. It's literally whitest.
What happened, Panda? Yeah, basically, Taylor.
Yeah, these people are completely ignorant of actual politics, right? They're stuck watching their NBC, their ABC, their and all of that, right? Because they've been told that, like, oh, we don't watch Fox News, right? Because Fox News is extreme, whatever, all this, right? They don't experiment with podcasts and all that other stuff. So all they know is they have ABC, CNN, all of that playing in the background, and all they know are what the TV is telling them, right? And other than that, they have no idea about politics. They are completely ignorant of what is going on. I'll tell you just a real quick story. I was sitting on a bus yesterday doing a ride along, and there was another lady getting trained on that was riding along with us, and she's like 50 in her 50s, right? And she started talking about the economy. She started talking, and this is in Florida now, and she started talking about pay and how the minimum wage. And next thing I know, I'm sitting there just being quiet, listening to her, talk with the trainee driver or with the trainer driver, and next thing I know, she's talking about there should be, we need to stop calling it a minimum wage and call it a living wage and $25. And I was fighting with everything I had to sit there and keep my mouth shut because she was she's 50-something years old. She was completely ignorant of how economics works.
I hate fucking minimum wage argument, bro. I think it's the stupidest thing because if you're making fucking minimum wage and that's what you'll accept, it's not a problem with the system. It's a fucking problem with you. Like, I became a plumber because I learned how to do something that not anybody and a lot of other people could do. And there's not been a time where I didn't have money.
I said I thought it was because you liked running the bike.
That is a reason.
That's the benefit. That's not the that's just what comes along with with the ride.
There you go.
Yep. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, but if you're making fucking minimum wage, dude, that means you're stocking shelves. Or you're doing a mindless job like dropping fries into a fryer, waiting 10 minutes or whatever until the beep goes off and then take them out.
A job that you can smoke weed while you're doing.
Oh, I smoke weed when I'm working.
Okay. That's fair. No, I mean, I used to. Good money.
Anybody, if you're arguing for minimum wage, you really need to reevaluate your own life. And either stop if you're in that position, and if you're not in that position, you really need to stop worrying about other people and worry about yourself.
But seriously, what has happened with the minimum wage? What happened to the days of the minimum wage jobs, the fast food, the little the baggers, and all that stuff? That was for kids. High school kids getting introduced to the workforce.
Kids that need to pay for college.
And that's why they were getting paid a minimum wage.
Okay, so I'm a corporate recruiter, so this is something that this is what I do every day. I hire people for factories throughout Oklahoma. The question I always get asked the most is, when is an hourly wage like acceptable? These guys are making like $22 an hour, and they're still not able to pay their bills. And that's in what minimum wage is $7.50 right now. So how many times? Like, what's the multiplier for you to be successful? Is it like 4 times the minimum wage? Is it 5 times?
Bro, you know what the minimum wage is in New York?
What is it?
$15 an hour.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Let me look it up here.
Yeah.
That's also because
Sure,
you have to pay
$7.50.
$3,000 a month to live in a fucking, like, peanut can.
That is also true. You do need a lot of money to live in a peanut can in fucking New York. That's why the fuck I got out of New York City.
Okay, no, it's actually $7.25. So $7.50 was me being generous. So people are saying that minimum wage, that's acceptable. I mean, don't accept it. I mean, always go above it. But
Now,
what do you guys think is the golden hourly wage for you to be like a successful American now?
Between $30 and $40 an hour.
I will work for a single gold coin an hour.
Smitty, I don't accept your premise, because you just went from minimum wage discussion to what's acceptable for basically a living wage. Those are two totally different concepts. You know what I'm saying? Like, at no time was minimum wage designed to be lived off of.
That's why I just said that $7.25 is acceptable, but you should never accept it. So then I asked what would be the acceptable like wage that you would find
as a separate question. I would definitely say what, like $30 an hour is what 53,000 or something.
I think it depends on where you're living and
this is also true. Yeah,
what skills you're bringing, what you're producing. I mean, there's, that's my biggest argument with people, like with the people increasing the minimum wage. All of a sudden, down here in Florida, we have the McDonald's right down the street is hiring for $17 an hour to work at McDonald's, not even as a manager, right? My wife, who has a degree in nursing, right, is getting paid like $25 to $27 an hour. Now, the skill gap there, what people don't realize is, okay, well, if you want to pay $15 an hour or $17 an hour to work at McDonald's, then what should happen is the increase for actual skill and training and experience for these other jobs. But they don't even look at that. They're just like, no, well, okay, yes, you have all this experience, you have all this training, and you make $30 an hour. Well, I work at McDonald's, and I should be making at least $15 an hour. No! That's completely...
See, here's the thing. The McDonald's in my area, they do the same thing. They'll advertise $17 an hour. That's to get good candidates into the door, and then they hit you at 11.
Yo, Spitty, do you think that I'm
not saying I'm not knocking them for it. What they're doing is good. I understand. What I'm saying is it does. I don't think everyone that is going to McDonald's is making $17 an hour. I don't think they should make $17 an hour. I'm just saying what they're doing is that's also a tactic to get more resumes in, so they have more of a talent pool to choose from.
No, and I understand that, Smitty, but like, look, we all worked. I assume we all worked jobs like in high school. I worked in a small town local hardware store.
Hey guys,
started when I was 16 years
Panda.
old. $5.25 an hour.
1 second, I'm just gonna go move my car real quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right.
I gotta move. I still live in that area where I gotta move my car.
Gotcha. You know what I mean? And if you want, but what the gap, what people fail to understand is, okay, increasing the wage. Look, we can argue all day and discuss what numbers are important, but what people don't realize is it doesn't matter what number you pick. because it's going to be paid somewhere, right?
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, if you have a family of 4, you have to choose a magic number. And I was just seeing what you guys, what the opinion would be for your guys' magic number. I'm not like saying that would be the new like universal minimum hourly wage or livable wage or whatever you want to term you want to put to it.
Right. Well, a little bit when I was with Raytheon, for instance. So living down here in Florida, we could live a happy and wonderful life. This is pre-COVID. Happy and wonderful life at $70,000 a year, and that was at the time with the wife not working, right? But then I got offered a position up in Massachusetts, and it came in with a salary of $107,000 a year. Well, after about 2-3 hours of research, we would have been poor. Like the same with our kids and everything else with the cost of living. Just finding a place that was comparable to what we would live here was going to cost us anywhere from $3,500 to $4,000 to live up there. So that's where again, you missed the conversation earlier, but all of these topics that get brought to a national level a lot of these shouldn't be at a national level. These topics and these ideas shouldn't be brought to a national level. It's fine and dandy for the president of the United States to stand up in front of the whole country and say, "Oh, we need to make X number, blah blah blah." But that's not the way it works, because every state, every location is completely different. You know what I mean? And it was no, I don't want to take that position up in Massachusetts, because we would be living paycheck to paycheck, where we can thrive down here, or we could thrive in another state. So there's not a special number for anybody. It's based off of your location. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
So,
hey, welcome to the party, by the way. I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, it's all been good.
I was standing in as the third bastard, but now that you're here, you can take over the reins again, buddy.
No, it's all good.
What do we know? Arkansas woman who pled guilty to selling 24 boxes of body parts stolen from cadavers.
Oh fuck.
What was she doing with the
microphone? That's a very good question. I had a microphone issue for a second. Candace Chapman Scott, a former mortuary worker, pleaded guilty to selling stolen body parts from medical school cadavers to a Pennsylvania man for almost $11,000. 24 boxes for only $11,000. I feel very dirty.
Okay, wait a minute. So she was making money. She was making money from them?
Yep.
Well, the scheme involved multiple individuals described as a nationwide operation to steal and sell human body parts from an Arkansas mortuary and Harvard medical school. I feel like we were just talking about college not very long ago.
We were.
So, Scott, who could face up to 20 years in prison, should be double that, was employed at Arkansas Central Mortuary Services and charged with conspiracy and interstate transportation of stolen property. This actually has a pretty decent coverage. It's not very well covered by the left for some reason. In fact, I see very little coverage from Alphabet Media on this at all. Only Fox News and ABC right there. And
well, you also have to understand, like, if it's small local, it's going to be carried by Fox News in Arkansas. It's not going to be. CNN doesn't have local news stations.
Well, not only that, but aren't the Clintons from Arkansas?
Yep. They are.
So I'm just saying, maybe.
Wait a minute. Are we gonna draw another red string from the from the wall of things the Clintons did?
I don't think we can connect it on this one.
Yeah, that's
right,
pretty tight. Don't believe me. I'm more than ready to believe that the Clintons are involved in some shit like this. This smells like their shit. Interesting. Well, since we're speaking about politics again, having brought up the Clintons, is this former ATF agent running the January 6th pipe bomb cover-up? This one I found while I was browsing about. We have long maintained that the two smoking guns of the January 6th Fedsurrection are the curious case of Ray Epps on one hand, which has been covered and covered again, and the RNC-DNC pipe bomb hoax on the other. And I actually, the pipe bomb, I really don't hear people talk about the pipe bomb too much.
Dan Bongino has talked about it ad nauseum. He's like the only one that has been like all over this.
I mean, there's a whole documentary out there that was released, and they go into the pipe bomb too.
So what's the skinny on the pipe bomb hoax? I really don't know too much about it.
I mean,
You want to take this, Smitty, or?
I mean, you can go for it. I don't really care too much about all the conspiracy about January 6th.
Well, all right. Just to put it in as few words as possible. Yeah. So there was basically two pipe bombs that were found. One by the DNC, one by the RNC. Particularly the one by the DNC is really curious because they have a lot of video footage showing where the pipe bomb was and the patrol that was there. And there was also Secret Service. There you go, right there. You paying attention, Kamala? So apparently Kamala Harris was in that building. Curious because they were certifying the election, and if you keep in mind, like this would be a monument. This is the biggest day of her life. She was the vice president elect. You would think that she would be at the Capitol, right? To be certified as the vice president. The first African American vice president, female vice president. This is her day in history, but she wasn't there. She was at the DNC, and then you see these two vehicles over there.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Where the video footage is, or where we're at in the video footage, but somebody's going to come up to one of the cars.
Wait.
What?
Could you? I just got back. I'm sorry. Damn. All right, go ahead. No, I don't want you to re-explain it for the viewers. So just go ahead.
You're gonna have somebody who I forget who it was identified as, but the gentleman has been identified. I think he has something to. He's part of DC Metro. Comes up to the black vehicle and notifies them that hey, there's a pipe bomb sitting about 15 feet to what you're looking at here would be the right. Their left, by a park bench. Not concealed, not hidden, just sitting there and plain.
It looks like there's a guy walking around that white vehicle right now. Is that who we're talking about?
No, you can't see. Oh, yeah, you see somebody
he's right there. He's got a backpack of some sorts.
Yep, so now they're walking around, they're talking about it, but, check this out. You see these people so they just been notified that there's a pipe bomb. And you see these people just walking across the street, right?
Yeah.
You watch all the video. There's no sense of urgency. There's no nothing. As a matter of fact, in one of the at some point in the footage, after they've been notified, you'll see one of the guys actually cross the street and escort people right over by the bomb to continue walking down the sidewalk. All right. So it's very. Like, what the hell is going on if this is actually a legit pipe bomb? Like, why is there no sense of urgency?
Please walk quickly.
Yeah, please walk quickly right by the pipe bomb. No. And Kamala Harris is in that building, which has yet to be identified. Nope, that car has nothing to do with the pipe bomb.
Wow, really?
yeah, nobody is. There's no sense of urgency at all about this theoretical or this supposed pipe bomb.
So what question?
To do with that business?
Was there actually a pipe bomb or what?
So there was a device that appears to be a pipe bomb, or that looks like a pipe bomb, but it also looks pretty much exactly like a training device.
So
yeah, I was under the impression that it was a mock-up.
So what would be the point?
Pipe bomb.
What would be the point of doing it, but then not use it? Because I would imagine the January 6th committee would be like, "Oh, hey, pipe bomb, let's go with that."
You ready? I'll tell you.
Tell me.
So right around this time keep in mind, we already have our suspicions about what was happening in the J6 crowd. Okay.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
So with
as far as like FBI,
we definitely. I want to interject, and we have to treat this as if we're speaking to people who still assume that like January 6th was orchestrated by Trump.
Yes,
we have to assume we love our audience, and we know that our audience is not a bunch of idiots.
Our one viewer.
To report this properly, we have to say it as if we're speaking to a bunch of idiots, so that there's no confusion.
Wait, so okay,
in the J6 crowd.
So let's continue.
In one possible universe, all right, let's assume for a moment we have a very large suspicion that there were federal agents in the crowd of January 6th. We know. Oh, there you go. Look, the camera moving and zooming in, and
it looks like it
zooms in. No, that's the piece of trash. They're going to move it to the right a little bit, and you're going to see it's a pipe with an egg timer on it. Okay, but beyond that, let's talk about the January 6th crowd. So why would they have this possible bomb if we know that Donald Trump asked for troops, right?
National Guard, okay.
For security, right? For, it's a heightened, and he was denied that by, who was the Nancy Pelosi, right? She was the Senate Majority Leader. That was denied. Okay, so let's operate under the assumption that there were multiple people and multiple federal agents in the January 6th crowd.
Could you turn your mic volume up by any chance?
Is that better?
Much
better. About a fist away from your face.
Okay. So let's operate under the assumption that there were federal agents in the January 6th crowd. All right? However, just because you have agents in the January 6th crowd, you still don't have you don't know exactly how this whole thing is going to turn out. So if you have January 6th you have the crowd at the Capitol building, and that story developing, well, if things persist to the level that, let's say this is anti-Trump, whatever, right? They need something to happen at January 6th. They need the footage. They need the optics, right? They need the story. But they don't know exactly, they don't know for sure if that story they don't know if it's going to happen. So one of the possible situations is that they have these pipe bombs in place, but once January 6th, the crowd entered the Capitol building, it became the situation that they needed it to be. So they didn't need
pipe
bomb situation.
You know why that makes sense is because the media, right when January 6th came out, the media started talking about pipe bombs.
And it immediately disappeared.
And then it immediately disappeared because they got what they needed.
That's the big theory, big operating theories at the moment, and it makes the most sense, because if you watch all of this footage, number one, why was Kamala Harris at the DNC building? Nobody has answered that. As a matter of fact, Kamala Harris and her they have come out and said in the beginning and said that she wasn't at the DNC, but she was. Her Secret Service detail was there at the DNC, and she was not at the Capitol building. Why the heck was she not at the Capitol building getting certified as the first African American female vice president in U.S. history, the biggest day of her life? Well, you wouldn't be there if you
Facts.
thought that, hey, there's going to be something happening at the Capitol, and you wouldn't mind being at the DNC building with a pipe bomb outside if you knew that it was an inert training device.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So that's the skinny on it. I mean, I could talk further about it, but I think that's enough details.
We're not the ones that are making up this conspiracy about the pipe bomb. They're the ones who mentioned the pipe bomb. We're just trying to figure out what are y'all talking about.
Okay. Let's not try to discredit the man. Okay, whether we believe him or not, I think it's a decent time for a segue. And he did mention Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, while we're talking about a large amount of black men who have been arrested, I believe I found what you were talking about earlier today, Llama.
That was bold.
What? That was bold?
Yep. Should have left that one for me, Tiller.
Oh God, here we go.
You should have asked Smitty to lead us into that.
Hey, Smitty, you want to take this one over, buddy?
Handcuffed black man.
I got this one.
No, Tiller wants all the smoke. Tiller wants all the smoke. He wants it all.
Handcuffed black man told police, "I can't breathe," before he died. Two Ohio police officers on paid leave following the death of Frank Tyson, who died after being handcuffed and left face down in a social club. First of all, don't mix a white and black name together. You'll be handcuffed until you can't breathe.
Frank Tyson.
Police body cam footage released shows the arrest and medical crisis of 53-year-old East Canton resident Frank Tyson. Tyson resisted being handcuffed, reporting they're trying to kill me, and later stated he couldn't breathe, leading officers to request medical assistance. So where else do we want to go with that, guys?
Tiller, is there a video for this?
Give me 1 second.
So it's pretty cut and dry.
What do you think?
There is not, no, just several sources on this.
Has anyone...
Where do we want to go? To Reuters?
What's his name?
His name is Frank Tyson.
Frank Tyson. Has anyone
where's
been
the body
hearing...
cam footage?
Right. That's a good question.
Oh, I got you. Hold on.
Can you link me?
Oh, damn. They're already talking about it. It's on Huffington Post, NBC News, CBS, Newsweek. This is going to be George Floyd 2.0, just like they were saying.
They need their George Floyd, man. They need to kick off their summer of love, baby. It's election year. Let's go.
I predicted this not very long ago.
Can we at least get the autopsy report before we start burning down buildings?
Well, apparently, allegedly, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he was involved in a car accident prior to, and he showed up irate. This is, but then again, in the video, which we're trying to get right now, in the video, it shows the lady saying, "Get him out," or "I want you to leave," which would imply that he was already... We don't know exactly what happened. We can't really say. I'll try to get the video. Hang on.
I wonder if there's like an accident. He lost his shit and then started acting a fool. That happened to a friend of mine recently in Nashville. She got hit by somebody. They jumped out and they started attacking her. So
That's crazy.
There's just fucking crazy people out there, man.
All right, I'll send you the link, Tilla.
Hey, can I just say, as somebody who is been choked out, and look, if you're talking, you can breathe. I'm just saying.
Typically.
If you
Yeah,
can talk,
quite literally.
like in all of my training, that's what they tell. Like, if you can talk, you can breathe. Okay, you need to just calm down and get control of yourself. If you can speak, you can breathe.
Just whenever the panic and everything else starts overriding base instincts, the issue.
Where's this?
I tagged you. I tagged you. Pull it up, Memory. Ball say, and you'll get the link.
Can I say one thing about young Jamie?
No.
He's not a fucking young dude.
Wait, young
He's
Jamie?
old. Young Jamie has like salt and pepper hair.
Who? Jamie from Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Did we talk about this? Because Joe Rogan bullies the shit out of Jamie, I heard.
Dude, he fucking does, man.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before. Jamie has... But listen, dude, that's what happens when you work on the most prominent fucking podcast. You get,
I guarantee
Yeah,
they're like best friends. And he's making so much money. Like, it's just, that's all part of the show, man. Like, hey, whenever, Joe Rogan is the alpha when he's on the show, but dude, I bet they're so tight.
Yeah.
Did you pay me all the money in the world to do anything I want? Introduce me to celebrities? I'm gonna figure out how to be your best fucking friend too. It's just how it is.
I usually
Wouldn't be a surprise.
I usually get through with music. Well, let's see the video. Oh, you want to read? I don't know what they said, but I just found the video. Yeah, what did they say?
It's that Frank Tyson one, though. We have the video. We're actually about like halfway in. I gotta skew. I do not think that we'll have any audio for this, though.
Why not?
Can you unmute? You can unmute that channel or whichever device.
I could kind of hear it.
Yeah, I could kind of hear it. Turn the volume up.
I've got no audio on it, and the volume is maxed on my end.
So, what do you guys think about this knee on the neck technique?
Hey, enlarge. Click the expand on the video so we can see it a little better, and the audience can see it a little better.
Yeah, and let's just watch through real quick.
Yeah.
So we're not on the floor yet. Everyone seems to be on their feet. I noticed this like anti-KKK slogan in the right, and I feel like they may have a bias.
No way, man.
And I do want to say quickly, fuck the KKK, just in general, if there's any confusion there.
Did they just kick him in the head?
You know what?
Well,
I'm
go
not
back,
certain.
go back.
I didn't quite see
Go
that.
back a little bit.
Yeah, I was looking at the KKK sign because you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
There's his shorts.
No, I don't think they kicked him.
I don't think so either. Doesn't look like it yet.
What do they
Oh
have
no, that was his
out?
arm.
Everywhere?
His butt crack.
His ass.
Okay, so right there.
There's a knee to the back of the shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't see anything to the neck.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
right to the
weight-
shoulder blade.
The weight is on the left shoulder for sure. You can see it.
You know
It's on
what?
his
You know
left
how
shoulder
you don't get in this situation, guys?
blade.
You don't fucking fight the police.
Thank
Wow.
you.
I'll say it for everybody.
Bro,
Oh,
the
that's
police-
a good shot right there. That's a good shot. Look where, like, dude, that knee was center of the shoulder blades.
Frank Tyson laid motionless on the ground.
Yep, yep.
And that will
probably
that will create some compression and everything, but it's not going to be a fatal amount.
No, and he probably
See
got.
the thing on this too, where it was shortly after surgery, he had someone kneel on his neck and shoulders, and he was fine.
It took officers nearly 5.5 minutes from the point Tyson was motionless.
Sorry about that.
We're good.
No, they're trying to figure out what's up with him now. And
So this has to be like a prior medical condition on top of fighting the police.
It's probably like an anxiety attack on top of like not a heart attack, but just getting your adrenaline pumping and not being in shape. Listen,
I mean, look at him. He's that skinny type of fat person. Like
That skinny type of fat person.
Listen, I'm not.
Look at him. He's got like a belly, but he's not fat anywhere else.
He's got no arms. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got that little beer belly.
He's so like some people I know.
He's skinny fat.
look, and can I just say, like, look, if you involve yourself, if you get yourself in a situation where the police have to get involved, right? Then look, we're not. They should not be stopping to get your medical history. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't have to.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, all this stuff. Like, no, you got yourself in this situation. I'm sorry.
We better be gentle with this man while we detain him. We don't know what he's been through to make him like this.
Right, that ideology is a great way to start to have police officers getting killed, civilians getting killed. Like that's a good way. Like, oh, let's just treat everybody like they might have something wrong. No, you're the criminal. Like, you are the one that put yourself in this situation. Like, look, we can't. Oh my God, this makes me sick.
We can move on. Are we moving on?
You're gonna have people be like, oh, we need other methods other than police going in there and doing this kind of stuff.
What do you guys think is going to happen?
I'm not going to send a goddamn 25-year-old social care worker with a clipboard at someone that. How many cops are here? 5 police officers to control this one fucking dude in a safe manner.
Do you guys think that this is going to turn into a serious riot?
It shouldn't. If you have any common sense, this isn't the hill you die on.
we're not dealing with reality and common sense right now, bro. You know that.
Bro, there's better examples.
In reality, do you think that this is going to turn into a riot?
Bro, I mean, this has. I mean, you look at the George Floyd. This has all the hallmarks. I mean,
I don't think this can go as far. I think the kicker with George Floyd was the knee to the neck and him pissing himself on the video. I think that was what carried so much emotion.
If this was like right before the election, dude, there would definitely be riots. But I think I would agree with you.
Bro, we're getting right into the summer, man.
It's getting close, though.
I think there's going to be. I think they can make a better. They can find a better example from this.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I mean, George Floyd. It did some shit, but I don't think it did everything that they wanted it to do. They need something that's more impactful. This is like the fluff story before.
Bro, these people are so guilty that it's just crime compounded on crime to cover up more crimes. It's crazy.
Well,
not in the case of this guy.
Can we at least agree on this? That they're definitely going to throw it out there and see if people will bite on it to make it. You know what I'm saying?
I already told you. It's.
That's what I was saying. This is the fluff story before they find the big one. This is
Dude,
this is you ready, get you in your field. This is going to reactivate that leftist base.
Yeah, get that.
It's on NBC. It's on Huffington Post. It's on Newsweek, CBS, Sky News, New York Daily News. It's in India Today. They're even talking about it in India.
Oh man.
And it's all black man dies in police custody. Ohio man pleads with cops before death caught on body cam. Family attorney and expert liken Frank Tyson's death in Canton to George Floyd. Like the fucking all these headlines are ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, man, they're trying. They'll throw it out there.
Yeah, they'll see if somebody bites.
They got the protests going on, the Hamas riots going on and all that other stuff. Hey, they're going to throw this out there too because, I mean, they're desperate
Dude, they are so desperate. They know that they are in trouble, so they're gonna throw as much out there as they can. The more, the better for them because they need it. Bro, they know.
Did you guys watch the most recent culture war with I think there were two, not most recent, excuse me.
Feminists?
There was on a
it was like 2 weeks ago.
webpage. So we don't have that video playing in the background.
Oh,
You talking about the culture war today? I started watching it.
not today. It was a couple weeks ago.
With
But one of them was that the police chief be an elected official and then let
pause the
sheriff
video.
be in charge of the police or something like that.
Bro, pause the video.
He was playing the same video over and over and over and over.
And people just hear that.
Yeah, they do. I hear it.
Yeah, go ahead and you can close that post. Let's move on to the next one. That way we don't have that thing going on. Yeah, there we go. All right, say that again. Which culture war was it?
It was like 3 weeks ago, and it was two cops. I think it was about 3 weeks ago, and one of them was suggesting that the police chief be an elected official. I think I'm just riffing off the top of my head, honestly, and I think he said that everywhere else is like run by sheriffs, but it's a pretty foggy memory, honestly.
Well, I think the way it really worked back in the day was police would get they would be, so police forces were basically deputized by the sheriff. I don't know if that's still how it works, especially in like bigger places like New York. I think New York has its own like police department, but as far as it goes historically, sheriffs have always been that's why they have the there's this organization. It's called like the Fraternity of Constitutional Sheriffs or something, and they basically outline how they're the constitutional executive power in the United States because they're the only police, as far as police go, because they were the only ones that were given police powers in the Constitution, and sheriffs are the only ones that get elected in and whatnot.
Right. That's yeah. Finish that thought. The sheriffs.
No, yeah, that was basically it.
Were the elected official, and then
and police commissioners are appointed by the governor.
Right. The commissioners are appointed by the governor, but the actual sheriff is an elected official, and then everybody is deputized under the elected official.
Yes, that's how I always figured it. But I know that in New York, the police aren't. That's not the structure that New York follows, and I don't know why. And it's very weird because, like I was saying, they have the police commissioner, and he's basically the executor or the highest position in as far as the police go, and then you have the sheriffs, which I'm not sure how the sheriffs are appointed in New York. I'm pretty sure they should be elected, but I know that the sheriffs basically just work for the courts, like the marshals and shit, with the marshals. Actually, no, that's wrong. No, the sheriffs are always. I was getting the marshals and the sheriffs confused. You typically don't see the sheriffs around New York. That they're usually. You'll usually see them on maybe the highways, I guess.
Right. I think we're getting a little between the sheriffs and the city, right? The metro. Like down here in Florida, like the sheriff's department is different. Like the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department is different than the Tampa Police Department, which Tampa is in Hillsborough County, right? But they're two separate entities. But the sheriff is an elected official, but the police department is different. And I think that might be kind of like, I know like in New York City, that's a police department. That's not a sheriff issue. You know what I mean?
even in like the like the village of Hempstead, you got the Hempstead police. I guess the thing that I don't understand is it basically comes down to like a jurisdiction thing, and then you have other jurisdictions that seem to overlap, and it gets really confusing because you got the stadies that they could go anywhere, and then you got the precincts and the local police stations and stuff where they got specific areas or neighborhoods to patrol. And then you have like the village police that have the whole village, and it's like all these different jurisdictions and always overlaps, and it's a lot. Listen, it's not supposed to be easy. Tiller passed.
Tiller's dead.
R.I.P. Tiller.
I didn't want to say all that, but hold on.
I mean, if it had to be anybody.
Daddy, chill. Daddy, chill.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys.
Bunch of bad boys. We used to take razors, rusty razors, and we used to swipe them on the floor. That Corn Pop was a bad dude.
My legs.
I'm excited to go to the Renaissance Fair tomorrow. That's gonna be
Golden hair.
All the kids used to come up to me in the swimming pool. They used to brush my leg hairs up. And they used to like my legs. I like to see how the hairs came down. Black kids are just as smart as white kids.
I like how when Tiller disappeared, he just left it on this Black Man Dies article.
I'm sorry, I had to take a piss. But since we have a really crappy segue, let's go right into this.
You can't do that to us, Serge.
Well, let me know what the next thing is, and I'll give us a good segue.
God.
Why is Tiller controlling the segues?
At least I
can't read.
At least I rhymed, alright? Give me that, okay? Google parent Alphabet reclaims spot in 2 trillion valuation club.
Do you just find, like, what you 75-year-old men give a fuck about for me to talk about? Is that how you Google fucking shit?
Go back up there. Let me read this again. I want to read how fucking...
How is that the one you chose to read?
So, guys, Alphabet reached
$2
trillion. Come on, man. Come on.
The Japanese? Man, come on.
I was going to talk about this.
Nobody gives a shit about Alphabet.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. I've got one for you guys. Multiple people infected with HIV after receiving vampire facials.
You are fake.
You are a fucking 25-year-old fucking woman, dude.
Wait, whoa. Vampire facials. So I feel like this has to do with aborted fetuses. Let me see. Go scroll down. I want to read about this. Wait, alright. So what's a vampire facial? According to a statement from the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, this marks the first time that HIV transmission through cosmetic injection, so it's an injection, has ever been documented. The New Mexico Department of Health was notified of a woman who has been diagnosed with HIV with no risks. So she probably got Botox, and they probably gave her a fucking dirty needle. Dude, fucking Smitty on the soundbar, bro. That was good. That was good, dude.
Smitty, you're gonna put my my sound effects out of business.
Jesus.
I'm gonna try.
All right, so basically, this chick, it was stabbing her with Botox. She got HIV from it. It sucks for her. Now she has HIV of the fotch. Of the fotche. What else you got for us, Tiller?
Tiller, give us something good.
Well, at least the clinic saved $10 on a needle.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Do you see that middle paragraph? Investigators found numerous health violations, including blood and injectables, whatever that means, stored in the kitchen refrigerator alongside food, unwrapped syringes strewn about on counters and drawers, and discarded in trash cans. Disposable electric... Okay, I'm far too dyslexic for whatever that word is.
What?
This one right here. Electric desiccator?
Smitty, what were you saying?
That's it. I'm laughing.
Okay.
I'm just laughing.
What the hell is a desiccator?
A desiccator?
It's
You don't
just
know what a
the tip.
desiccator is, dude?
It's just the tip.
It's just the tip.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
Come on, guys.
God.
I don't know. That's what they tell me.
So do you think that she was mixing blood in with this Botox?
I like chocolate ice
They
cream.
were reused, man. She using reused stuff. So yeah, in a way, they were mixing blood.
Yeah. They were at a dirty hospital, and she was... I could tell you what happened. It was a person trying to save a little money, getting a Botox injection. She went to a rinky-dink clinic, they used a dirty needle on her, and she got HIV.
You're giving them too much credit, man. This spa was run out of somebody's kitchen. All right?
Yeah,
Look,
even that.
it was in the drawers. It was right next to the food, bro. It was one of those. Hey, just come over to my house. I got all the stuff.
But you know what's crazy? Botox. Botox
people
is
who
one
do
of the
tattoos out of other people's garages and shit.
yes, but Botox is one of the 6 most deadliest bacterias or viruses or whatever it is in the world. So being able to have access to Botox you would have to be licensed. You can't just get Botox.
You probably steal it.
Well,
Yeah,
you would have to have access to steal it.
And people don't have fentanyl.
Imagine somebody's in the hospital room, and then the doctor walks out for a little bit. They're going through the
Dude,
drugs.
you know that corner?
This is
You know
mine.
that chick who we were talking about who was selling dead body parts? What if she was cutting out Botox? Or not Botox,
Steal
but
it.
like breast implants and shit?
Oh shit!
And
What?
selling it? And like that's where they were fucking getting it from. I'm just fucking spitballing ideas, man. I don't know.
Man, that's now you're going off for the weeds with this one. This is you're taking off bitches' titties.
I think that's a little bit too much sauce.
That is saucy. Don't
It
worry,
makes sense, man. Those
we
things
can
are
edit all
fucking
this for
expensive.
YouTube.
Reuse them. They're like fucking. I mean,
Bro, the
people,
black market for fake titties? Come on, man.
has
Let's
to be
go.
one, dude. People
Are
use
there
used
not-
colors all the time. Why wouldn't they use tits?
Are there
I just
not
want a pair for my shelf. Come on.
not enough tits to go around?
Not enough cheap ones.
Exactly. It's all about the cheap ones. Hey, look, hey, when these people die and they got them fake titties, like, why get rid of the titties? Like, those are perfectly good titties.
Yeah, pass them down, dude.
Yeah, share the titties.
Paid a lot of money for them,
Free the
and you
titties.
got insurance on them. So
We got to ask somebody this.
if you could save
Llama,
your
I
titty,
feel like you could get. I feel like you could secure some strippers easier than anyone else being in your locale.
oh, there's dozens of strip clubs out here.
And that's what I'm saying.
Hey, for all those who are watching, hey, like, what is the what's our Rumble channel again? Can we get a shout out for the Rumble channel? What's
Pro-
It is.
Probably rumble.com/band.
No, it is rumble.com/3bastardspod podcast. Sorry.
Three bastards. Okay, thank you.
Let's
Do we have
Dylan, why don't
anything?
you throw a link to the Discord out there in live chat? Like a live invite.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm not having any luck.
In the meantime, do you guys
the
want to
Three
talk
Bastards
about China?
podcast I'm sorry. China, Tiller, no. I don't want to talk bad about our future overlords. We love China here.
Oh, you guys love China here.
No, Tiller, you do too, man.
China? What?
China, if you're listening, which I know you are, yeah, we love you, China. We love you, yay.
Oh, Tiller loves China. I could tell you that for some certainty.
Tiller wants Chinese babies.
I can't even begin to unpack that.
Oh, you don't have to unpack it because
no.
you're not the one that has to carry the Chinese baby.
Wait, did we ever talk about this guy that set himself on fire outside the Trump trial?
No. Dude, we had so much shit we were supposed to bring up tonight.
Could we talk about that for a second?
Let's go there.
Hold on. All right. So
An article on it.
Because I know how deep you went into it. Way deeper than we've ever went into a Chinese person.
yeah. Where did I post all that shit?
I know it.
I posted it
Tiller
in
just
the
wants to
general.
start a
I think.
fight with the CCP.
Oh,
One man versus
absolutely.
billions.
Absolutely. Where did it go? I've seen it. It was definitely on Scanner quite recently.
No, Tiller. I'll pull it up right now. Well,
I'll beat me to it, then you beat me to it, but they cover quite a bit in a single day. Bam, I win.
no, I'm pulling. Okay.
Self-immolated identified manifesto on planetary cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme uncovered. His name was Max Azzarello. Or Arello? I don't know. It depends on whether it's Italian or Spanish. I don't really know. Probably Italian, I'm guessing.
So how deep do you guys want to get into this? Like,
Llama.
okay. Do you want me to like expunge on this
Deeper
guy?
than Xi Jinping can get, that's for sure.
It's about as far as Tiller can go.
All right. So Tiller, I sent the link that I posted in general. Now, this is the guy's I guess you would call it his manifesto. I don't know if you want to open it and show that live or not. But what was this guy saying? Okay, so this guy was basically the gist of what.
That's up to the three of us. Do we want to just open this video up right to the live stream? Like, Rumble could be fine, but do we want to talk about it now?
Yes,
and
it's
then
a fantastic manifesto, and we have
alright,
access to it. How many times have we had access to manifestos lately?
And it is fucking like a little fucking quite a rabbit
I
hole.
want to go into it. It's a good one, dude. I like cryptocurrency conspiracy.
Oh man,
so.
dude, I'm looking at pictures and videos of him right now, like all charred up, bro. It's all fucked up. They put man.
I don't know. 1 second, guy.
Alright. So I posted I sent okay, there it is. So the gist of what this guy believed was, could you guys hear me good?
Yeah, not clear, buddy.
So he believed that crypto was essentially a Ponzi scheme, and that Joe Biden and Donald Trump were colluding to overthrow the United States and via a coup or whatever. That was basically the gist of it. And you can see right here, he has it pulled up. They talk about Palantir. Palantir is a data collection and data analysis company that has government contracts with multiple government agencies, including the CIA, and all the other alphabet peoples. Where was I going with this? I know about Palantir a lot because Palantir was very gay, yeah, definitely gay. But Palantir was big right before or right No, they were big during or after COVID. I'm not. I wasn't 100%, but the whole shtick of that during the COVID thing was that how they were collecting all this data and all this stuff on people with the like who were sick and stuff. So they definitely have a lot of roots with the government. Very shady things. As far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency being a Ponzi scheme, like I know Smitty wants to talk on this, but before you do, like crypto is no more a Ponzi scheme than the U.S. dollar is a Ponzi scheme.
Thank you.
Ethereum, on the other hand, like we're talking about utilities and stuff. Crypto, the Bitcoin is not a utility. It's literally just the fiat currency, just like the U.S. dollar. So is it a Ponzi scheme? Theoretically, they say that a Ponzi scheme would have to involve that people are saying that you'll make a monetary gain and nobody's necessarily... But I think it could
only be called a Ponzi scheme was once you fail.
Yeah, right.
You're talking. So
Social Security.
Like if the U.S. dollar never fails, it was never a Ponzi scheme at this point. Once they took it off, the gold standard. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just a monetary theory until it fails.
Yeah, and then once after the fallout, we'd be like, God damn, that was such a Ponzi scheme. We should have known better, but we were thriving in the situation, so no one's gonna fucking, get on what they're doing that's being successful for them in the moment. Because they don't want everyone else to catch on to it, because then that's when it all comes to a grinding halt.
So they say Elon Musk has moved massive amounts. So Elon Musk, I don't listen. You know what they say, dude? If you look long enough at a pile of shit, you'll see Jesus. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any Christians that are listening or anything. I'm just saying, I'm making the point that you could look at anything that you want long enough, and you'll see whatever you want to see eventually. And so this guy has up here Elon Musk and stuff, and it's just so funny because Elon Musk was one of the guys that pumped and dumped fucking Dogecoin.
Yeah, but at least he's done it multiple times.
Dogecoin is at a steady level right now, right?
Dude, it hits 30 cents. Y'all ain't gonna ever talk to me again. I'll be on a fucking island somewhere.
Oh, alright, fine. You wanna go you could enjoy your Epstein Island then, fine.
Oh, whoa!
You listen, bud, you're the one who said it.
That was way too fucking far. You're not invited anymore.
You didn't invite me from the get-go.
Yeah, you were invited, but now
you said you guys will never hear from me again.
It doesn't mean you couldn't see me with your binoculars.
That's fucked
from the other side of the island.
You're fucked up.
Now you're not there.
Start his own island with above age hookers and blackjack.
Where are you gonna get the hookers from, huh?
I'm not gonna get any hookers.
Wait, this was supposed to be a segue backwards.
God damn it! I have a family. Just on a nice island.
We're gonna have all the implants.
Fish all the time. Come on, man.
All the fish and all the implants.
All of them.
So, right. I have a few potential segues if we are trying to segue. We also have a lot more of him.
What do you guys think about? Tiller? You haven't given me your opinion, Tiller. Give me your opinion on Bitcoin.
Yeah, Panda. And Tiller, how many of your segues are political?
And what about
throw them out.
And what about Panda? He just came back.
Wait, what was that? What did you ask, Smitty?
I said if all your segues are political, you gotta throw them out.
Gotta throw them out. I don't think they're political.
They're political.
Tiller hasn't given a segue all night. He's been waiting for me to say something, and then he's like, "Oh, that's a perfect segue."
Oh wait, what do you guys think of what Tiller? Panda? What do you guys think of crypto? And what do you think? Do you think that Trump and Biden are colluding to overthrow America?
That's a very interesting thing, but I doubt that Trump and Biden are working together. I doubt that. I doubt
will barely
that
work by
Biden's
themselves.
working with anybody except like just trying to stay alive. You know, like.
Yeah, I don't. This whole the whole crypto thing. I mean, it. Look, I have my own issues with crypto, and it's like, you know what? If you want to diversify and you have the funds and stuff, it's like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But I have a whole problem with the, you know, like, okay, how does it become monetary again and all that stuff? I look, man, I'm not at a stage in my life where I can afford to to get involved or deal with to fuck around with crypto, man. So it's like, you know, but I mean, no, but it's not to say that I have full faith and allegiance to our current fiat, you know, fiat currency. You know what I mean? But at least at the moment, I know I can take this and spend it. You know what I mean? It's.
Hey, I'm gonna make a shameless plug here. Wise Wolf and Gold. If you don't have a shit ton of money in your life and you want to be able to buy gold and silver, $50 a month. $50 a month. They have a subscription service.
Copper and lead.
And they'll send it to you, and it tiers up. So spend what you can afford, but you at least need to be turning some of that shit into that kind of fucking
precious metals. I mean, precious metals. I mean, at least there's some kind of value.
Wait, go back, Tiller, go back.
Yeah, I'm actually in the process of.
So have you guys read what this guy is alleging? So he alleges that the Titan submersible implosion was fake.
Yep.
He alleged. Yeah. Now this one's more in the tune of reality. Listen, the Titan submersible thing might be reality too, but look, I doubt it. But whatever. The Silicon Valley Bank fell. That was huge. That was a big thing to do with crypto. He also alleges that the Budweiser and the Target are pretending that the anti-trans boycotts against them are wildly successful. What else? What else do they got over?
Wait, they're pretending and they're not? I feel like they were.
Pretend that. I mean, you can see the market value drop.
Money.
Well, I've always personally said that the stock market and especially the commodities market, like the price of gold, those are all arbitrary things, because I don't believe that the price of gold is what they say it is. I think it's a lot higher than what it is. Now, as far as Budweiser's stocks tanking, that could just like if we were going on the premise that it's all fake, they could easily have their stockholders sell off stocks to make it seem like it's dropping. I'm not saying it's true.
You can't fake distributors not being able to offload product.
This is valid too. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Okay, so let's talk about the silver market real quick then, because that's kind of like a prime example of that. How much is an ounce of silver selling right now?
I'll tell you right now if you give me a second.
Somewhere around $11.
Tiller, you could pull up finviz.com if you want to pull up the commodities.
Finviz?
How much does it take to bring an ounce of silver out of the ground? Can anyone tell me off the top of their head?
No, I definitely could.
It's around $30.
To bring an ounce of silver out of the ground?
Out of the ground.
Okay.
So how can you turn around and sell it on the commodities market for $11 a pound?
Well, right now silver's at $27.
Llama.
What?
How do I spell this again?
FINVIZ.com.
F as in Frank.
F as in fuck.
Yes, heard.
I as in idiot.
All right, I got it. Thank you.
N as in okay. Let's continue. There you go. Go to futures.
Price chart.
Futures, right where it says portfolio insiders.
Remember
futures.
that there's a delay, my friend.
Oh, my bad.
I also had to press the button about 3 times for it to actually work too.
I'm sorry. So we could see right here, silver 27.23. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It costs. Think about how much money it costs to, first of all, dig it up, refine it, fucking manufacture it into the. Like, all that takes money.
And that's just pulling it out of the ground. That's not
the value of it.
Yes.
And
shipping it and doing everything else. How can we afford to sell it at the price that it's going for? That's what just blows my mind. So to me, there is someone with their thumb on the fucking button, keeping it down, so that way someone can buy.
Did you watch the shit ton of it? Did you watch the Comex is a scam video that I posted at one point in the chat?
I may have.
I'll repost it so you can watch it some other time. But I'm not too well versed in it, and I can't really speak on it too much. But there's no way that the spot price of gold and silver are what they actually are. It's a lot higher than what they said. Because if you look at the trend of gold and how the price of gold going up, it should be going up way more than that. Especially in times like this, it should be skyrocketing.
You would think that as as we're printing more money and everything, you would think that the very first thing that inflation would affect would be the price of precious metals.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Or it even makes it down to the market and everything else. The moment you are printing more money and it's supposed to be tied to something of value, that value has to skyrocket.
And through all that, gold only goes up a couple points. Like, no way.
Right.
Like, the cost of oil is going up. The cost of the oil that's used to manufacture, refine, ship, and do all these things with the gold is going up. And gold is not fucking...
What if it's a long game? Like...
What, the Anunnaki, bro?
Like, they knew, like, hey, let's take the American dollar... And this is just me spitballing. Probably makes no sense, like, if I actually put a lot of thought into it. But,
right.
Like, let's divorce from the silver... Or from the gold standard. Let's keep the precious metal price down. Let's raise the phony money price, get it going through the roof, and then we just turn around and buy the precious metals. That's never going to go. The price is going to go up, but it's not going to raise like the phony money will. So that way, whenever everything does crash, those people are just as insulated as they were before. And the only people that are going to suffer are people that don't hold any gold or silver.
Does anyone want to give the Tim Pool for dummies monetary theory? I'll do it.
Oh, did I just spit his same idea?
I got you. So it's basically money printer go burr. We have a lot of money. So in order to get rid of all that money, because we got a lot of inflation, we got to do taxes. So when we need money for roads, money printer go burr. But then when money printer go burr, we got a lot of money. We got to take money out with the taxes. It's a vicious circle. That's how modern monetary theory basically works.
Your mom.
Mamut. That's what it's called. Tiller, are you good? You just going back to the manifesto over here?
Hillary got fucking...
Do we just want to just keep looking at stock prices? We can scroll down. I'm just looking for a chance.
Hillary's trying to join that dude's cult. He's like, I'm down. I've read this fucking thing 1,000 times now.
Listen, I definitely agree with the fucking the Ponzi scheme thing, but as far as Trump and Biden, that's like, dude, if they're
that's stupid.
But
how strong is a U.S. president on his own? You know what I'm saying?
After 9/11, pretty fucking strong. But I'm just saying, if I'm not saying, listen, there's like I'm saying 95% chance that is not the case, but like a 5% chance, dude, like they're pulling off like the sickest fucking Truman Show act is crazy. I could never.
There's not even a half. There's not even a no.
No, you don't even think like a 5%,
bro. Because hey, look,
Shane Gillis said it. Okay, Biden isn't in Biden's head.
Yeah,
You can't- like there's no.
Yeah.
There's,
Okay. All right. Fine. Let me rephrase that. Trump and Biden's handlers working to overthrow the government.
Oh, okay. So
That makes a little more
Trump
sense,
and
right?
Obama.
Trump
The
and
government-
Obama. Exactly.
The government
Trump and Obama.
wouldn't destroy itself.
No, I think it's just like this. I think it's yeah, you have the deep state, which is it's not Democrat, Republican. No, it's all just it's one blob, and
The
Trump,
Uniparty.
right, the Uniparty, and Trump's first term came in, they said they brought him into the room and they said, okay, here's everything, here's how it is, whatever. And Trump said, no, we're gonna do it my way. And ever since then, there's no Trump playing along with anybody. There's no no. That's why they're going all out. I mean, God, man, they're at this point now. They're trying to put him in prison and trying to take away his Secret Service details. They want the end result. Whoever they is, though,
Who's
want
they?
him killed. Who is they, though?
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But whoever they is, they want him eliminated because they know whoever they is, who is they though? They know that if he gets in, they're done.
And they is actually is probably like a spider network of interlocking elites.
Tiller.
Oh, absolutely.
It's probably the only way
Probably like a hive mind.
Tiller, check the general chat. I tagged you.
Oh, heard. Check the discussion chat. I've tagged both of you.
Oh, all right. Hold on.
The what?
I'm cooking a bomb-ass berry cobbler right now.
Am I supposed to be checking something?
No, well, Tiller. Thank you, sir.
Look, because I can only focus on one.
Oh man, that shit's rough. I hate looking at that so goddamn much.
I know, but if we're gonna chit chat and we're gonna have something in the background, let it be this, so that people fucking know.
Jesus.
What is it?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen who are watching this podcast, and wondering why you can't afford anything, why, look at this. This is your government.
Mm-hmm.
This is it.
I feel like when I looked at that in the 90s, it was spinning a lot slower. It was only like the first number was like unreadable, you know what I mean?
I paid for the app. You could do the time machine. You could go in the time machine. You could go back.
Hey, since we're looking at numbers,
I'm gonna fuck around with that.
Since we're looking at numbers, can I just voice something about freaking what's his name, Mike Johnson, and the statement he made the other day about this whole $95 billion aid package to these 3 foreign countries?
What do you say?
He said, well, what the general public doesn't understand is most of that foreign aid is going to be coming back to the United States. It's going to be coming back to
That's
us.
such a load of shit.
Hate that fucking argument, dude.
Can I elaborate?
Go ahead. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. We're sending other countries taxpayer money to, in turn, buy defense systems.
Trickle down.
That's not coming to the American taxpayer, bro. That's not coming to... No, that is enriching the military-industrial
Trickle
complex.
down argument.
That's
Yep.
enriching politicians through lobbying and everything else. No, the American people, the American public who are fronting this bill are not receiving shit for it.
Transfer of our wealth directly
It is a
to...
transfer. Thank you, Smitty.
So I got in. So the funny thing is, I have some friends who still currently work for Lockheed Martin, like you used to in the past, and they are loving what we're doing in Israel right now. And their whole argument is,
Money, you know?
we're sending all this money, and it's coming to my company. It's going to my paycheck. I'm getting a raise. I'm paying taxes. I'm buying American products. And I was like, but you're like the smallest link in the cog. Where's the
I
actual
lived it.
majority of that fucking money going? It's not to you.
I lived it. Yeah, I worked for Raytheon. I lived it. Bro,
Yeah.
I lived it, and yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I would be freaking, if all I was concerned about, if I had no morals and I didn't care about global politics and I was just all about the money, yeah, as a Raytheon employee, like, oh my gosh, yes, bring in the money. That's great, and yep, I pay a little bit more in taxes, but you're not even paying a fraction of the cost to the taxpayers.
And is your like slight increase in your tax base worth the unnecessary amount? Like, I'm probably gonna say something that's not gonna be super popular here, but like, I don't agree with the death toll on either side. Like, me being a father, it's hard to me to look at the Israel-Palestine conflict through any lens. I'm on neither side of it. It just sucks.
Speaking of which,
people are doing what they got to do, but like the people that make that the dollar their justification. I'm like, well, is it worth the life? No,
I mean,
you really got to ask yourself,
bro. I mean, they don't look at it like that because they're so far. They feel like they're so far removed from it, but.
And these people, the other thing about these people too is like they're hardcore leftist. And I'm just like, when did y'all fucking become? They're always like
when did the
left
peace part war hungry?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no, the moment that you're putting like, okay, look, it's easy to see it from like the CEO and the top executives from the companies, right? When they're pocketing all this money, it's like, yeah, you sold yourself. You have sold yourself. All you care about. Oh my gosh, Lindsey Graham. Give me a break. Dude, Lindsey Graham, I haven't seen Lindsey Graham on Twitter more than in the past 2 weeks, in the past 2 years, bro. He is so excited about this about the foreign aid package. And it's like, come on, man. You're saying
that guy.
Part. Say that again?
I fucking hate that guy.
It's like you're saying the quiet part out loud, bro. It's like, yeah, dude, you are a war-hungry...
Didn't that fucking jerk-off say, wouldn't somebody rid me of this priest about Putin? Like, dude, like, just calling for the assassination of a world leader. Like, imagine.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Like, I understand, like,
He said something like, somebody needs to take this guy out.
Yeah, he was like, if somebody has the balls to do so in Russia, they should do it. It's like, dude, come on, like...
Yeah, that has repercussions tied directly to us.
Like, when this shit ends, it'll eventually, if it eventually does end, like, they're gonna remember you said that, dude.
But here's the thing, dude. If his words did start some kind of, like, he says that, and then within 30 minutes of it being released, someone in Russia does it, and, they accredited him.
Oh, it would be fucking...
some kind of shit between us. It doesn't affect Lindsey Graham and his family. They're insulated from it. It's going to be our families.
And do you think
young
that...
kids.
Can I wrap up? Let me just wrap up that thought that I was having about, okay, so it's easy to see from the CEOs of these major defense companies that are bringing in profits. It's easy to see, like, okay, look, yeah, you're thriving off of war and everything else. But as somebody who was a low level, like on the ground, right, for these companies, and look, I got paid a great salary and everything. Now that I'm out of it and I'm looking at it, I see, like, bro, like, I kept myself uneducated from it, right? Because I didn't want to have an opinion on it because it was about the money. But now that you look at it, I don't care if you're the bottom guy. If you're like, yeah, man, this is great, you are selling yourself. You are selling yourself, and you're clouded because you're not able to see, you're not looking outside and what the real world consequences of this war machine is. And
I would have more... Oh, sorry.
No, please, go ahead. Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah. I'd have more respect for the dude who's here or there saying, "Hey, I'm here to make $18 an hour to build this component that's going to go into a bomb because this is the only way I can feed my family," than the dude who's just sitting there being like, "Oh no, this is great," like what you were saying.
Right, but even at that though, man, even at that, dude, I could go back, dude, I could go work for Raytheon, I could go work for Lockheed, I could go work, dude, I could pick up any of these jobs with my CV.
Now that you're on this podcast, you can't.
Yeah, well, not now, right? But dude, I could have picked up any of these jobs and easily started making $90,000 a year salary just out the gate.
So like,
Bro,
we're on
I have
that.
morals. I look at and I see what's happening to the world. I see what's happening to our country and what's happening with the money going overseas and the whole just the cycle. Dude, you know what? Please, gentlemen, tell me why we're funding you. Why is it so important that Ukraine is protected? Please tell me. Does anybody know why Ukraine?
I could tell you
It was a
geopolitically.
military outpost.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, go ahead and say that again,
Military
Smitty.
It was a military outpost.
Not only that, bro. Not only that, dude. Ukraine is the money launderer for the Democratic Party.
Oh yeah, we could get into this. You guys know about the Ukrainian guys that were at January 6th?
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
Panda, do you know about that, Panda?
Who cares about Ukraine?
Facts.
I don't care about Ukraine.
No, you're right. And Ukraine, they're an extremely corrupt country, and they've been an extremely corrupt country for a long time.
I mean, even whenever the only thing I knew about Ukraine before they started getting their faces kicked in by Russia was whenever their previous leadership stepped down and they were having all the shit in the square.
Poroshenko.
And it was because I couldn't turn anything else on to watch at the time. So no, really don't give a shit about it.
Ukraine was in a legit civil war. We were talking about this the other day. The western portions of Ukraine were artillery shelling eastern cities in the Ukraine. There was a video I think I told you guys about where they like bum rushed this town in the Donetsk or in like eastern Ukraine or something.
Right.
And they chased everybody into like the town hall, and they just surrounded the town hall and they set it on fire, and then the people would try to like jump out of the window, and as they were jumping out they would like shoot them when they hit the ground and shit. It was like a fucking real civil war that was going on before the Russian invasion.
We wanted to save people that were willing to kill their own as they're jumping out of burning buildings.
Fuck.
See, that just gives me more of a bad taste.
Yeah.
So.
And also the fucking
look at this
actual
guy.
Nazis.
Look at this guy. He looked like he just creamed in his pants, man. He's so freaking excited.
Looks
He's
like he
like,
just shit his pants.
oh.
It looks like he just relieved himself.
Yeah, he just relieved himself.
And then you know what's actually funny? You want to hear this shit, guys? So did you guys know that former Nazi officers were the NATO Supreme Commander of Central Europe up until about the 60s? I think 63 was the last year. But
Don't get me into World War II, bro.
Dude,
don't get me into it.
This is after World War II.
After World War II.
The commanders of the Central European forces for NATO were actual former Nazi officers up until like the late 60s. Actual fucking Nazis, bro. And then we have in the Azov battalion with the whole Ukraine people. Like America, there was a lot of Nazi sentiment in America. Like you have a business
we have
plot.
So Nazis were evil fucks. We'll all agree to that.
Tiller,
But at the end of the day,
Nazis.
fuck them. But at the end of the day, they were willing to pursue science that everyone else didn't want to, and that's what made them great. To be honest, that's why everyone wanted a pet Nazi for their science programs after the war.
Tiller.
It's true.
And they were great military leaders. I mean, Look at what they. I mean, you have to give them credit where credit's due. They were evil bastards. They all deserve to die.
Oh, bro, don't get me started with the Germans.
Background, what's up?
Pull up the. I just tagged you. That's the business plot. But dude, the Germans fucking are smart motherfuckers, bro. And I'm a German, so I'm kind of biased in this, but.
Well,
I'm not saying we're smart as far as.
One thing you can't say, like, okay, we all said it, right? Fuck the Nazis, fuck Hitler, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Hitler, it's undisputable. Hitler was one of the most effective leaders in the history of the world. I mean, he used it for evil, right? But dude, if you don't have a respect for your opposition and for an ideology, then you're never able to understand it and defeat it.
Bro, my great
Well, he was a great psychiatrist, is what it came down to. And he definitely understood the utility of meth.
My great grandfather
I've got a question. All right, guys.
Go.
Do we want to keep sending this conversation towards Nazis and all of this?
Let's get back on track.
Do we want to talk about Lindsey Graham? Because I've got a few things on Lindsey Graham right here.
Yeah, let's talk about this jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Or are we talking about whatever this business plot that I've got pulled up?
Lindsey Graham's probably a fucking Nazi too.
Pull up Lindsey Graham.
We're not really changing the subject.
No, yeah, we're just continuing.
Well, we were talking about like Ukraine and how like Ukraine was in their civil war and how Nazis are in Ukraine right now fighting, and how America was like all involved with the Nazis even 20 years after the war. So we did get off kind of the weeds a little bit. So
no,
we didn't get off.
You said something about a Ukrainian spy at the Capitol riot.
Yeah, did you know about that?
You want to read that? You want to read that for me, Llama?
FBI. I can't read. No. FBI knew Ukrainian spy was at Capitol riot. QAnon shaman. So Jacob Chansley, known as the QAnon shaman, claimed the FBI knew that an alleged Ukrainian spy participated in the riot at the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021. Chansley, who was sentenced to 41 months in prison over his involvement in the January 6 riot, but was released earlier this year, said in an interview with the conservative activist Laura Loomer that the FBI questioned him about the presence of Sergei Did you? This is why you wanted me to read this, right? Because you wanted me to sound up. I'll go for it. Sergei Debinin. An alleged Ukrainian spy.
That was a happy coincidence, but let me try that.
Go ahead.
It would be Sergey, right?
Sergey.
Hey, Tiller. Tiller, spell experience.
Chill. Hippopotamus?
Dibinian?
That was good. Dibinian. That was good. I feel like I said that too, but all right. Very good. An alleged Ukrainian spy with reported ties to the neo-Nazi Azov battalion, which has risen to prominence amid the Russian-Ukrainian war. Yeah, so this is an allegement by Jacob Chansley, I suppose. And he made this in a statement with Laura Loomer, but yeah, I've known about this for a while, that there was an allegedly Ukrainian spies or something, or I guess agitators, you could call them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does anyone know what nationality Ray Epps was?
I feel like for a rally like that, there'd be agitators from every political sphere.
Yeah, but specifically ones working on the behest of the state that are foreign actors.
Which is probably
I don't think it really matters if there was I'm sure we have spies from all around the world that are everywhere, but I don't think when it comes to January 6th, I think that this whole Ukrainian spy participation, whatever. That's detracting from the main points.
I don't feel like they did anything important other than just existing there, which you'd expect them to just already be there.
It was probably just a couple of Ukrainian guys at the protest.
Yeah, and there's probably some dudes from, Asian countries and African countries and everywhere.
Remember, we're talking about the QAnon shaman, the guy who probably believes that there were shootouts in Germany.
Yeah, well, I think it's...
Wait. What do you know about Jacob Chansley?
I don't know nothing about Jacob Chansley. I'm just saying, if his name is the QAnon shaman, and I think I've heard him promote.
That was a name given to him.
No. What I'm saying is, if I think I've heard him promote, Q theories and whatnot, like Roseanne Barr. Oh, that's another question I want to ask you guys. Do you guys think there's going to be an election?
I mean, there's going to be theater.
Yeah.
And there will be popcorn.
Yeah. It depends on how spicy WW3 is.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's...
If it's like light infantry action, yeah, there's going to be an election. If there's bombs dropping inside the United States border, then no, I don't feel like there's probably going to be an election.
Did you guys watch the World War III simulator video? You
mean the movie?
No. There was a World War III simulator. It's like first of all, they have a game on the Steam store. It's I'm trying. Maybe I shouldn't plug them, but whatever. It's like a nuclear simulator, and it's like the nuclear map, but you could do different scenarios, like a straight World War III, where they go for eco targets, or if they go for military targets, and you could see the casualty count and whatnot. What the fuck was I getting at? But yeah, if you look at the actual fucking, it's crazy. What it would end up being, it wouldn't be missiles that are flying across Europe. They would be coming straight over fucking Canada. That's the easiest route to shoot from if you have your missiles all throughout, the Russian fucking Federation.
I was gonna say they don't ever fly over open water. They fly over Alaska through Canada. Through all that.
They're gonna come right over the fucking North Pole.
Yeah.
It's also the shortest distance.
Yeah.
And the least amount of other countries you have to fly your missiles through their defense systems and shit.
People tend to forget that the world is not flat like a map. It's a sphere.
Wait, bullshit. Bullshit.
I have a question though. Do you guys, since you were asking about if there was going to be an election,
Earth is flat.
Do you think that China influenced the last election?
We have influence from every country inside of every election. How much did they influence our election? Probably not enough. I think we did it to ourselves last election, to be honest.
You know how China influenced our election? By buying out all the fucking politicians.
Yep.
Just to close out the whole Ukrainian spy and the whole January 6th BS. I just want to say that all that I believe that all of those types of stories and everything are just detractors from the fact that the main January 6th was orchestrated by the left. So
yeah, little piece of the puzzle, but not one needed to see the whole picture.
It's a detractor. It's Ukraine might have been involved. There might have been foreign actors. No, yeah, okay, yeah. There's foreign actors.
That gets
everywhere, but no.
That gets conspiracy. That gets conspiracy-driven people to look over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, squirrel. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then what's the fucking point? And then you have to ask yourself, does it really matter? Ukraine's not a country anymore. So.
Ukraine who?
Exactly.
You mean Russia?
We put their whole entire population through a meat grinder to soften up Russia. for...
No. If we keep throwing money at it...
Yeah, if we keep on throwing money, they'll keep on, driving the vans around and kidnapping people and sending them to the front lines to be shot in the face.
I wanted to throw this out there because I was talking about the nuclear war and all the World War III and all that stuff.
Looks nice.
The safest place, and it's ironic, the safest place to be in World War III would be fucking Alaska. They would get the least amount of fucking nukes. And not only that, you could have as many guns as you want in Alaska, and it's a very rugged place that a lot of people just won't go to. So when shit falls apart, you're not going to get like scavengers coming after you and all that.
So remember whenever you said environmental targets?
Yeah.
Those are generally targets where you're going to go to escape nuclear fallout. They would probably have like a nest of nukes just to take out places like Alaska.
Do you think they would even have that? Do you even think that they would call up that doctrine when it's a full out, like a volley back and forth of nuclear weapons between America and Russia? Like, would they even go for the environmental targets?
Yeah, of course, because communication and everything would eventually go to a fucking dead zone or to a dead point, and they may not know if we survived, so they're going to be like, fuck it, we need to make sure they have nowhere to survive in, because then it's a race of time to see who can rebuild.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but I think you're look at our two biggest enemies, right? So Russia and China. So there's been effort by China to buy up property, buy up farmland, and all that. Like, if you look at
I see it every day where I live with Chinese.
Yeah. So China would love nothing more than like to take over our land, right, and our real estate. But when it comes to Russia, if it comes to conflict with Russia, Russia doesn't care what the state of our country is at the end of it. They would just want to win, right? So they're not, China is doing it kind of more methodically and like, hey, the United States is an asset. We don't want to destroy the asset. We want to take over the asset. That wouldn't necessarily be the mindset of Russia, right? If it came down to it, Russia wouldn't care about, what would be the state of the land. China is doing it kind of more, you know what I'm saying?
Russia's a hammer, and then China's like a doctor who wants to figure out how to kill you. So.
Right. Yeah.
So on this nuke simulator, if it shows in like a World War III simulator where it's eco targets and military targets, the amount of fallout is ridiculous. Russia, basically, the entire Russia from west to east becomes a barren wasteland of radiation because all the wind blows east over there, and over in America, all the wind basically will blow east in the relevant areas, and that basically puts like Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, and shit, and Washington D.C. just completely barren. But the flyover country is going to be perfectly fine, except for Montana. Montana's going to be fucked.
But remember, we also learned that all depends on the type of nuclear warheads they use.
Yeah.
They use a lot of the nuclear weapons we have now. They'll burn clean, be less radiation. We'll be able to move back into those places.
But there's going to be a lot of surface burst because we're trying to hit, bunkers and shit.
Yep, and then it's whenever you put all the nuclear waste, attach it to a warhead, detonate the warhead, but not the waste, and then it spreads and you have a dirty nuke. That's what makes shit uninhabitable.
Bro, do you think, off topic real quick, but still a little bit on topic, do you think Rabbit's still in his fucking car?
Rabbit's dead in his car, dude.
He's probably, somebody forgot to bring him fucking water. Panda, Rabbit was supposed to be doing a podcast with us, and he just disappeared one day, and then he came back and he was like, guys, World War III is going to start today, this and that, and he's like, I'm not leaving my car, I'm going to stay in my car all night, and this was like a week ago, don't worry, you're good.
Well, have you heard from him since?
No.
No, he came back, I think, once to Dude, that guy that he listens to, I could imagine the shit that goes through Rabbit's head, because it's like everything he says is very like
We're gonna die.
fear mongering.
Who he's listening to.
New York Prepper. If you look at all of his videos say emergency alert or red alert, emergency alert, red alert, every single video, and it's like, dude.
Clickbait shit.
Yeah, real clickbait shit.
Really?
Yeah, but the whole thing with the
Do we need to have an intervention for? Do we need to go and rescue Rabbit?
We do.
The Rabbit's one of those guys who knows too much, but doesn't have enough common sense to turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is coming from
He
the
lives in
guy.
perpetual fear.
Smitty, this is coming from the guy who sent me the schematics the other day.
Hey, you just gotta know when to fucking be fearful. Okay?
All right, look. Hey, if we need to save Rabbit, I feel like we should. This should be a. We need viewers. We need everybody to get involved. We need to make Operation Rescue Rabbit.
Listen, if we could get 100 live viewers on the next episode, I'll personally lead the charge.
So,
yeah,
I hate to tell you guys this, but you can't rescue a dead man.
Yes, the damn hell we can. We'll get his body back.
So we're gonna go to Montana. Well,
bring him to peace.
We need to like somehow tard him down a little bit. So we're gonna need an ice pick.
Look, we need to have it's trust but verify. It's good to have healthy suspicion and be prepared, but you can't live your life in doomsday. You got to be watching for doomsday, but you can't live your life in doomsday 24/7.
Exactly, because then you're not having fun.
Right. We still got to have jokes. Look, they tell me.
I got the best jokes. That's what they tell me.
I got the best jokes. I don't say it, they say it. I would never say it. They tell me I got the best jokes.
Speaking of which, where's Tiller?
Did you hear about Trump ripping the shit out of Bill Burr?
Hey, time out. Speaking of which, we're talking about jokes. Speaking of which, where's Tiller? Tiller, where the fuck are you?
He was just talking.
Yeah, you didn't hear me.
You interrupted Tiller.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you literally talked over me.
I love
Where's
you.
Tiller at? Interrupt his fucking ass.
So, did you hear about Trump ripping into Bill Burr? Check out the memes.
No, we
I
didn't.
heard about him
Oh,
shitting
no.
his pants during the court cases, though.
We need to see some of those. Where are these memes of Trump ripping Bill Burr? What the hell is he ripping Bill Burr for?
Probably Bill Burr's wife being a fucking cunt.
Probably the
Flipping
wife.
him off.
That was like months ago, though. Come on.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I can think of, though. You know, so
Doesn't Bill Burr not like Donald Trump though?
I
Bill
resent
Burr's
the
indifferent
meme.
to Donald Trump.
So Bill Barr, not Burr, sorry.
Oh.
Bill Barr,
Different Bill.
yep, much different Bill.
You mean Bill Barr, whose father orchestrated Ruby Ridge? Barr? Wait, which
I will
that
digging
Bill
into
Barr? Go ahead.
Right.
What,
Now this is
what
starting to make a lot more sense.
I'll start googling, but apparently Bill Barr,
I love Bill Burr. Bill Burr, his wife, whatever, could do without her.
She's
But
a
Bill
nasty
Burr,
pig.
Burr's great guy. Bill Barr, yeah.
Not so much.
Not so much. That's what they tell me. I
What do you got for us, Tiller?
I love it.
what was the question?
You were.
Never
I think you were in the
Please
process.
tell us about the Bill Barr and Trump. That's what I think we're waiting for.
Yeah. So Bill Barr apparently endorsed. Look in the memes. I just resent it.
Put it up on the screen for the public to see.
Oh, this
Okay,
is
My mistake.
this is what, the Truth Social? Yeah, this is his Truth Social. It's 6.2K retruths.
Retruce.
I'll send you the link.
Is China really buying up U.S. farmland? Here's what we found.
You want to know what I'm upset about? Not buying True Social stock.
Yeah.
Oh, for real.
I know, I didn't have enough money.
Tiller, you could have sold a nut or a kidney.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna start selling my
need my nuts.
unvaccinated sperm and my O negative unvaccinated blood. We need to get something going because the blood banks, they do not track for vaccinations, and I'm telling you, don't get me started on the whole.
This fucking.
There's already businesses that do that. There's a dating app that does it too.
Hey, you need to message those to me so I can start cashing in on this prime stock I got.
Dude, this
the
guy
people on
Donald
the
Trump,
dating app,
dude.
they won't even you can find surrogates on there.
Look, I don't need to date them.
So,
all right,
no, that's what I'm saying. You can sell them your sperm, and they just want your sperm.
Go. Let's go.
It was on Tinfoil Hat. I'll try to find the interview that they did with. It's a lady who started the services because she was like, "We're the last people."
We're talking about putting together making a company that tracks that tests for vaccination and stuff, and having our own blood bank because the blood banks don't even keep tracked. Like I can tell you right now, my O negative. If anybody in my family needs blood, they're only getting it from me.
No, Till, you have to put in Bill Barr's father. Or, I guess, yeah, there you go. Oh, no, it wasn't Bill Barr's father. What am I saying? It was Bill Barr himself. My bad. I stand corrected.
Llama, we're allowed to be dumb here. We're not.
Yeah, Bill Barr was the lawyer who defended the FBI snipers. He was an FBI lawyer.
Like your mom.
Oh! Damn, I'm fucking hungry. You already ate.
That was a good sound effect.
Oh!
And FBI.
Oh yeah, that's that natural New Yorker noise.
How you doing? Oh, how you doing? I'm walking here.
So he starts saying some shit. I'm just like, I don't even know what he's saying. It sounds like he's saying "my goy," whatever.
My goy. What do you think this is? Some Jewish stuff, going on over here? No, my guy.
Well, sometimes you say it weird and it sounds like "my goy."
I'm sorry. I slur my words. I talk like I got fucking.
Like you're a Jew?
Definitely not. I definitely don't talk like I'm a Jew. I definitely don't do that.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Nope, not me. Nope. If you want, I could sell you a couple of watches. I got a couple of diamond necklaces that I could sell you too.
Bernie, chill out.
Bernie Sanders.
Is Bernie Jewish?
Yes.
Oh my god, that just fucking clicked.
Yes, he is.
It explains so much about that motherfucker. He's a poor Jew.
Ding, ding, ding.
No, he's a millionaire now.
Well, he was a poor Jew. That's why he wanted everyone else's money. Oh, damn.
Oh,
bro,
we definitely have to
his book, man.
clip
right?
that
He's
for
all
you
about
too.
and then he went on a book tour.
None of us are running for political office.
You did a fucking Trump impression of Bernie
Don't
Sanders.
say that. I know I screwed that up.
A Trump impression of Bernie Sanders.
Of Bernie Sanders. That's right. Thank you.
There you go.
All right. So the conservative or the American conservative. What happened here?
Oh, he's reading the This is about Bill Barr and his escapades in Ruby Ridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just pulling up just to show the viewers that I'm not full of shit.
So
I was halfway full of shit.
Summarize it for me because I'm a little educated in Ruby Ridge.
I don't know much about as far as Ruby Ridge goes. Do you want to take this one, Smitty?
Oh, go ahead, dude.
I'll
fill it. I'll fill it. My wife was bugging me.
Wait a minute, was Ruby Ridge right before the whole Waco?
So Ruby Ridge was first, and then you had Waco.
Right.
Ruby Ridge was about this guy was sawing barrels off of shotguns and making them sawed off shotguns,
Whoa, he was set up. He was set up.
Yeah, and then the FBI came after him and
Okay. Yep.
basically barricaded himself in the house. The FBI
Well, they
sniper.
shot his son.
Yes, they shot his son, then his wife.
Yep.
I don't even think they shot him.
No, they didn't shoot him. They shot his son. They shot his wife. And
Killed
I
the
believe they
wife.
shot his... Yeah, they killed the wife, killed the son. And
First they
shot
killed the dog.
neighbor.
They killed the dog. That was the initial confrontation when they were out. They were out hunting or something, or they were out checking.
No, they're chopping wood, dude.
Yeah, something happened, and then they came across the FBI agents who were on their land that were like doing surveillance, and they got into a shootout. And I think they ended up shooting the FBI agents, and then they booked it back to the.
Well,
I'm using these New York words. I'm sorry.
You see armed people on your property, and I believe the son fired the first shot.
Yes.
Right, but they
they
also weren't coming out. I believe they weren't saying who they were.
And they shot.
So
And then
They
they
didn't
shot the
identify
son, right?
themselves.
And they had
They didn't
guns.
identify themselves.
Yeah, and they're pointing guns. So that kid's just doing what he thinks he needs to do, and he did. And like, if you look at everything with Ruby Ridge through cold, factual eyes,
Yep.
the government fucked up so hard that they committed to it, and they were like, "We're already, feet in the fire. We might as well jump all the way in and just do what we have to do at this point."
Pretty
to
much,
end
yeah.
it.
Right, and then on the heels of that, you had the Waco situation, and then it was just spurring. You know what I mean? It was like, look, we gotta, yeah. I remember that now.
How long did Herbert? What was his name? Fucking the Hoover guy, J. Edgar Hoover. How long did he fucking run the FBI for? What was it? 46 years?
Too long.
Yeah, too long. That guy was. And I get into
years as a civil servant, huh?
So I get into this conspiracy a lot about like the mob and stuff because so you look at before World War II, the mob was in control of a lot of things. You had from the FBI to the FBI and police, and then you had like the unions, construction, transportation. Everything was under the control of the mob. Then World War II pops off, right? And the military needs the beachfront properties to ship material out to Europe. And not only that, if you look at how we invaded Italy, the only way we overthrew Italy was that we worked with the mob in Sicily to start basically a riot and a revolution in Italy, and that's how we were able to do it. So we had to work with the mob in order to get ties to Sicily to get those people. So now after World War II, now the mob has control of the military. So we're talking about.
You sure it's not the military controls the mob and the military?
Listen, when you looking at all the way these politicians act, bro, they act like fucking mobster gangsters, dude. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the military itself is just another mob, another gang.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's what happened. Was the mob basically
They just adopted what worked.
like they merged into. They took control of America, basically, and they merged into the idea of the American government, I would suppose, is what I'm getting at. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. It's a little deep. But yeah. It's fucking...
I would say, I would just spin it the other way. I understand what you're saying. I would just say that the government absorbed the mob and became the mob. That's why the mob doesn't exist. But now it just exists in plain daylight.
Tomato,
we call it the United States
tomato.
government now.
Yep, definitely.
Exactly. I mean, you look at it. I mean, they took out. Look, they just removed the leader, and they assumed control of the operation.
Look at look at fucking JFK, bro. Do you guys know one of the most prominent conspiracies that involved the JFK assassination is that the mob, Sam Giancana, was responsible for it. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but George H.W. Bush, there's actually pictures of him at the JFK assassination. It's black and white pictures, if you guys want to check that out. Yeah, but Even when
Wait a minute, you can't throw that out there that casually.
you're not even here talking anymore, man.
Hitler died.
Yeah,
Tiller was resurrected. He's back.
yeah. Tiller, just go ahead and Google George H.W. Bush, JFK, whatever.
Oh, senior.
And then pull out the magic bullet.
So my whole thing,
Okay. Never mind.
What I think happened was that there were shooters that were in the rain gutters, like the rain gutters on the sides of streets.
Yes.
So I believe that they were inside the rain gutters because listen, the bullet came from the front, and it looked like it came from an upward angle. And the car was driving down a hill by the grassy knoll, giving a person in the street gutters a perfect shot at that type of an angle at JFK. And that's what the whole conspiracy was, is that Sam Giancana set the whole thing up with the CIA and had guys at various locations to do like bullshit shots, but the actual kill shot would come from the guy in the gutter. And
you know why? You know why that shit's not declassified whenever it was supposed to be?
Why?
In my opinion, it's because they don't want to let the American public know that an American institution is willing to do that to an American leader on American soil.
So, but do you think, why wouldn't Trump release that then? I feel like that kind of revelation would help him.
Because even Trump knows that would weaken his position as a government official.
Bro,
so if the government can't trust itself.
I think this guy that self-immolated himself, I'm fucking with you.
I'm just saying, like, the government needs people to believe in it. You start declassifying shit that, I mean, we all think the CIA did it. We all want to point our finger at the CIA, but there's no definitive proof. There's no smoking gun.
No.
Once you let the truth out, I mean, the people that are on the other side of it can't fucking hide behind the fucking sheen of ignorance anymore. They have to accept the truth.
Yeah, now you could let any story float.
Yeah, and that could be bad news for our government in the state that it's in right now. Like, our government needs faithful fucking drones more than ever. So.
Yeah, but I mean, we're inching closer to. I mean, more and more is getting. Now it's just getting exposed in real time.
But see,
I'm not agreeing with them. What I'm saying is this is the throes of a fucking dying beast trying to protect itself.
Right. Yeah.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying. How the fucking government acts like the mob. It's like, listen, aliens. Maybe we do know about them. Maybe we don't. You know, we don't.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna start talking whenever they have to, like, engage us and get us on their side again.
Yeah, if they don't have to fucking release something and they could keep people fucking guessing and going, then they'll just do that.
Because I feel like we would have heard more about the aliens if we would have bit down harder on it as a nation, had shown more interest. But we're also worried about money in World War III. We're just like, fuck the goddamn aliens. They can wait. It's been
the aliens haven't attacked us yet. Like, I'm not worried about some extraterrestrial shit. I'm worried about what I can see and feel right now. Like,
yeah, fucking. Yeah. The Martian's not stopping me from putting my kids through college at a reasonable cost, or corrupting the colleges to the point where I don't even want to send them to the fucking college anymore.
Amen, brother.
But what if it is the aliens that are doing that?
Well, then fuck them, bring them down here. Let's stop with this psyop bullshit. Let's just have a Western shootout.
Man, I wish Biden would just take the mask off already and just show us. Like, let's go.
Smitty's going fucking full Will Smith on us.
No.
Remember Independence Day?
Independence Day, great fucking movie. That Wild West movie that he did. Wild West.
Horrible.
Great
you just talking about all this Spielberg.
You like Wild West, bro?
Yeah, dude, that was a great fucking movie.
I liked it when I was a kid, but I tried to rewatch it. I guess, yeah, you liked
you're
it?
fucking communist now.
I'm not a communist.
Who knew cucks could make such great actors?
Ooh.
Oh.
Is that getting edited?
Yeah, because we're live. Nothing's edited. So, no, he was a cuck back then, right? Because I don't think they ever had a serious fucking relationship. Him and Jada.
Nope. No, I think he. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I loved him as an actor. Loved him as an actor, but I think he was living his life through acting because he wasn't it in real life, bro. I feel bad for him.
Listen, man, whatever. I know he made some poor choices, but Fresh Prince of Bel-Air will forever be my favorite show in the whole world.
I mean, at the end of the day, let's just hope he got his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That this very public meltdown that we all got to witness the past couple of years by him was just
Yeah.
Are they still together?
Yeah, dude, they're not gonna fucking. He's so into it, he can't leave. He'll lose more like face if they divorce.
And you know what's fucked up?
He has to keep riding it out.
You know what's fucked up? That she was
fucking on it. Let's go, turtle.
She was fucking the son's friend.
Hey, I personally wouldn't put up with that.
Oh hell no!
What's going on?
Can I just say it? Can I say it?
Say it.
Say whatever.
Say it.
Keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
Daddy, chill. Daddy, chill. Daddy, chill.
And then the fucking betrayal, like, I don't need no man to defend. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Bro, forget it. What about the table talk when she was like, fucking, like this dude was staring at her like crying and she's just like shitting all over him. Like, you didn't make me feel good. Like,
She would have needed 3 men to keep her fucking safe from the ass whooping.
How about the camera on the two of them when Chris Rock said what he said?
At it for 2 seconds. They both laughed at the joke, and then they realized that the cameras were on them, and they started acting. They're actors. That's what they do.
I don't think they knew the cameras were on them.
No, hold on. No. He laughed. When he laughed,
it was her.
She turned to him and had that stone cold look, and he was dude. He took he knew instantly. Oh shit! I have to do my duty now.
He's the type of guy to say happy what, bro.
But
bro,
at the end of the day, he should have never defended a fucking female like that.
He should have let that go, bro. He should have let that go.
No, I would have laughed, and whenever she gave me that look, I would have flipped her off and laughed harder, and been like, I would have leaned into it. I would have been helping Chris Rock.
I'd been like, what, bitch? It was funny. Mad props to Chris Rock, bro. Mad props to Chris Rock. Like, look, he was on national stage. He took it. He got,
Chris Rock wasn't hitting him back though,
bro. Like, no, because if he would have tried to do something, whatever, it would have turned into this whole thing. But no,
he got more props playing the victim
definitely 100%. He played it perfect.
He did. Mad props to Chris Rock. Love that man.
And you didn't. He
even came out.
Bro, he played it so perfect.
Like,
go ahead.
He even came out and was like, Will Smith came and hit a man that he knew he could beat up in a fight. And I was like, dude, you're swallowing so much fucking pride as a man to come out and fucking say that. But at the same time, I was like, you're winning so many fucking brownie points with the fucking...
Bro,
the women and all that other fucking fan base. Like, you know what I'm trying to say.
He played it off so well that you didn't even know... Like, the first thought that went through your mind was, oh, this is scripted. There's something after this. Like, that's how well Chris Rock played it off.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, I just got slapped. Like, is this a bit?
Mad respect for Chris Rock, man. Dude, yeah.
Anyway, so let's get off this fucking year-old topic.
Let's go.
Fuck. I don't even know how we got. Oh, we're fucking making fun of my Will Smith movie recommendations.
Wild Wild West.
Tiller's just
Wild Wild West.
leading us. Tiller's leading us down a turtle trail.
Tiller has gotten tired of this conversation about an hour ago.
All right, it's official. NYC.
It's by bedtime, though.
Tiller's wife is telling Tiller it's close to his bedtime. He's not in charge.
Well, I'm sorry, Tiller. Hey, Smitty.
What's up?
Keep Tiller's wife's name out your...
Oh shit! Oh shit! Watch out!
Homer's trying to get slapped by the alligator snapping turtle.
Bro, he's gonna bite your nose off.
Better watch out! Shit!
I'll just gently toss him across the pond.
Bro, he's gonna come right back up to you. He's like, "What'd you say?"
It's just a turtle.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh man.
So I've actually held one of those things, and it is extremely nerve-wracking because you feel like he could just reach back and snap you.
A turtle?
Well, I mean, you're holding Bowser in your hands. I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if you know who Dr. Pole is, but that was the day that I met him for about 2 seconds.
So we do a lot of noodling here in Oklahoma. You gotta move a lot of turtles around that you don't see. So.
Oh shit!
Make sure you're wearing swim shorts, bro.
No. Never.
Noodling with the wrong arm.
I use all my arms. Catch the best fish that way.
How many more stories we got? Let's keep it going. How many we got any spicy stories to close it out?
Bing, bing, bong, bong.
Oh, spicy, I don't know. Let me see, what do we have left here?
Congestion pricing set to begin this. You know what? I mean, come on. Let's go. What do we got?
I already pulled that one up. My mistake. What else do we have here?
Yeah, that's old. No, well, I mean, let's just say, is anybody not in agreement that China should not be no foreign country should be allowed to purchase land? Any country that I've been to, the max you can get a lease, right?
Yep.
Lease that expires. No, you're not. No foreign country should be allowed to purchase land in the United States. Let's go.
Could I bring this a different way? What do you guys feel about the TikTok ban? Because I don't think we've spoken about that.
The land thing. I will say one thing.
Yeah,
we should take it all. We should take it away. But the government shouldn't be the ones to keep it. It should be given to.
Correct.
Some kind of fucking raffle system where you find so many potential buyers that have the money up front already, set a price on it, and you do a lottery system. You pull a fucking name out of the hat. They already have the fucking money. The money's bought, paid for, all this other shit. People are happy. And then the government doesn't own it. It's owned by American citizens again.
Smitty, how about this, brother? How about this? 1.3 billion acres of agriculture. Hey, look, I'm all in favor. Hey, give everybody their 40 acres and a mule.
No.
Let's go. Let's do it.
No. And I say no. I say no because I'm mixed. I'm also Indian, so I have all the Indian benefits. Okay. Where I live, Indian benefits are the biggest thing that keep my people poor. The second you start giving out free acre or free land, free benefits, all that other shit, you just put invisible fucking chains on us again. And no, can't fucking do that kind of shit. I can understand if they stayed true to it back in the day, whenever we didn't have the system that we have now. But if you do that now, you just made a whole new generation of fucking welfare slaves, and can't fucking have it, dude. People have to get out there. If you want your 40 acres of land, buy it on your own.
Right, but there's okay. I got you. So I'm coming at this from two perspectives, right? Number one, the foreign countries, I would rather have American citizens owning the land. That's number one, right? No foreign country should own any. No foreign country should own any land of the United States. Number one, and then number two,
the United States government shouldn't even own as much land as they have.
And the government should not own any land, right? But also, you bring up welfare. Welfare is its own. Look, the welfare system that needs to be reformed. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole welfare issue. Like to me that's a whole nother topic. But look, this 1.3 billion. No, that is completely insane.
Yeah, so it's 1.3 billion acres that's owned by foreign nationals, correct?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
What I would like to see, like, don't fucking give it out in reparations. More impactful things can be used for it, and that's
like building communities, like building roads in certain communities and whatnot.
Well, what you do is you split it up into like 20 or 30 acre or 40 acre parcels. You put land, you put a price on it, and then you get everyone in the area that wants to buy it, and you put them in a lottery system or something. Like, you make it fair.
And it's like first right of refusal, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we pass the
that would be a good, and that's if the government has to step in and take it all away and then figure out how to fucking divvy it out.
What about the Farmsteading Act? Why don't we bring that back? If you could build on the property and maintain it for a year straight, then the property's yours.
Well, I mean that's
subjective to me. I mean, in my opinion, that's subjective, right? I mean, if I got 40 acres, then what is maintaining, right?
No,
am I utilizing all 40 acres, or do I have?
Well, they made a certain criteria for the Farmsteading Act. They stopped it in like the late 1880s, but it was basically you would have to have running water on the property. You would have to have, I believe, power generating on the property. And you would have to have dwellings for anybody living on the property.
I say if we have to take it from a foreign country and sell it back to Americans, you sell it at a discounted price.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. That's the only way to do it.
And then you sell it, and they have to have the money on them to have it. And then once that happens and everything, I mean, you'll start seeing all kinds of fucking improvements.
Man, I think we should just do the Farmstead Act and do it for free, because what are we basically doing? We're buying land from governments, which is
I just think
it's our land anyway. It's our fucking land.
I mean, it's a complicated issue. I mean, it's complicated either way you look at it. I think at the root, number one, no foreign country should own any United States. Should own any property of the United States, right? But
maybe foreign citizens, not foreign national states. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, but then number two is what I also wouldn't want to see is all of a sudden that land become, metropolitan. You know what I mean? Like, okay, now these big companies own the land and are you know what I'm saying? Like, look, there's got to be a happy medium. I mean, we hear the news every day, right, about the big cities and everything else. Like, people are getting further away from the land and being self-sufficient. I mean, the cities. Look, the cities, when things go bad, if things go bad, whatever, the cities are destroyed. I mean, look, it doesn't even take. Look, you don't even need to destroy a city. All you need to do is, water supply, food, transportation, whatever, and the cities are desolate. Okay? So I don't want to see that happen as well. So there's got to be a way to do it. It's a complicated issue. There's no easy solution, but at the root of it, no foreign country should be owning property in the United States. That's a recipe for disaster. You're giving them
the only property they should own on the United States is the property that their fucking embassies are on. That's about it.
And there's so much crime that comes
and
with
even that.
There's so many Chinese people here, and I live in Oklahoma. There's so many Chinese people here in Oklahoma that are buying property, and they just don't fit in. And there's just, I mean, they're finding dead people everywhere. Like, the crime rate's going up, the fucking, the amount of illegal marijuana grows that they start is going up because...
Bro, the story that
they're
you
just
told
coming
me
in, and they're just growing weed, and they're selling it straight to the fucking black market. And they're doing it with slave labor, and then their money's going straight back to fucking China.
The story that you told me with the pollen sacks is fucking wild.
Yeah, so they'll take drones, put pollen sacks on them, and fly them over other people's outdoor grows to fucking get them to start forming seeds and everything to wreck their fucking harvest.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Like, they're cutthroat about it, like, and that's why they.
I could imagine the shit that people do because of that. Like, I could.
Oh.
What happened? Tiller just got hurt.
No, CCP is asshole.
Yeah,
asshole.
CCP is asshole.
CCP asshole.
But like I said, they find a lot of dead Chinese people around here. So.
Asshole. Definitely got to cut that for YouTube.
What, asshole?
No, it's okay. I just realized.
What Panda was doing
on the Rumble. None of our tabs are thumbnails are showing, so you can't even see my face. So it's okay.
Okay, all right.
It's only Tiller is in charge of the what's being displayed on the Rumble.
All right.
Oh, so we just have an overlay of the news, basically.
Yeah.
Oy vey. Well, it's getting late anyway. I think we should wrap this up.
Yes.
Yeah, I can concur. There's not too much else to talk about. I do have the TikTok ban pulled up, but that's it.
Yeah, we'll hit it another time.
I don't really think any of us utilize TikTok.
I dabble here and there, but it's usually death scrolling at fucking 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It's either.
I will say this about the TikTok though. The TikTok.
Bring us
TikTok
out.
in general is so most of us seem to be pretty well versed in podcasts and Rumble and all this other stuff. But I will say over the past 6 months, my wife has been coming to me with stories that she has learned about through TikTok, right? And asking me about them, and I'm able to give her more information and all that. And I kind of find it a little odd that this far into TikTok, once conservatives and everything are able to start, utilizing, that's a big thing, right? We seem to be, in general, disconnected from the resources and the mainstream that liberals in general seem to have a lock on. And now all of a sudden,
look at Parler.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden that other narratives are starting to get out there. Now all of a sudden it's like, hey, let's ban it. And and I think a part of me wants to go back to, hey, marketplace of ideas. I don't want to silence people. The problem is, let's get out there and criticize the ideas, and let's voice our opinions, and let's voice, let's get the ideas out there. Like, look at X, right? and let the ideas win and let the ideas speak for themselves. But now all of a sudden, who uses TikTok the most? The younger generation, right? The younger generation isn't on. My kids aren't on X. My kids aren't on Facebook. No, they're on the TikTok. They're on the whatever. Now all of a sudden that we're starting to be able, learning how to use that stuff and using it to get our opinions out there. Now all of a sudden it's hey, we need to ban this.
I've been saying this. It's all about the ad revenue, and that goes into what you're talking about too. Like you get more eyes on these things, and TikTok has been destroying it in the ad spaces. They've been taking ad revenue from companies like Facebook, Meta, and like. Well, I guess YouTube is part of Meta. No, Google. I'm sorry. So they've been taking a lot of ad space from Google, Meta, all these companies, and it's starting to do a dent. Remember how Twitter was Elon Musk was making this whole stink about the advertisers leaving? They're all going to TikTok.
Yeah, but I think now that politicians are getting involved, right? Now that you're seeing a federal push to get rid of TikTok, I don't think it has to do with money is always going to play. Is always going to play a part.
I agree
but I
with you.
think a large part of it is the narrative, right?
I would definitely
of narrative.
There's definitely more than one. It's like killing two birds with one stone. They're fixing multiple of their problems by doing so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? So once conservatives have learned how to, I mean, they're trying everything they can with X. Once Elon Musk took over, they're attacking him, from several different directions, right? But now that it seems to me, at least, that now that conservatives are starting to learn how to use TikTok and getting messages out there. Now all of a sudden you see the political influence, right? You see the federal government saying, "Oh, wait," and it just happens to be, to me, it happens to be with the whole Israel, Palestine, Hamas, right? That seems to be a great convenience to say, "Oh no, look, this is why we need to do it." This is why we need to do it.
But the AIPAC did lobby Congress to do the TikTok ban. That is a fact. Listen, I think I said this last time, or I think I've said this in conversation before on the Discord, but I'm not against TikTok. Like, it's ridiculous to me. And people make the argument, oh, it's a Chinese spy thing. And I'm like, yeah, well, so is 23andMe and Ancestry.com, because they sold all their DNA fucking database to China. It's like, TikTok is not the only company that China has its roots in as far as spying on America. They have other means. It's not just TikTok. And what are we doing? What's the argument that we would rather have American companies in control of TikTok? Why? Because Instagram was the company that we figured out was making girls kill themselves, or that Twitter, before Elon Musk had it, was promoting child pornography, or like we want these companies to be in control of TikTok now? It's like, the fuck? Like, and then they make the argument it's about Chinese spying, and it's like another side argument to that is you have all these companies that are collecting data on you, right? Because they want to sell you things. So not only let's get away from the criminal aspect with the fucking child pornography on Twitter and self-harm on Instagram. Like, now companies have a bigger platform to be able to sell Americans things that they don't fucking need, like a fucking another 50-inch screen TV. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was very wise for us to ban TikTok, but I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you.
The only point that I'm trying to make is, look, this is a convenient timing, right? Look, you have the occupation protests going on, right? That are now labeled as anti-Semitic, and we need to stop that because now it's anti-Semitic. And you look at, that's the reason we need to look. I don't give a shit what China's. Yeah, we know China is trying to sow discourse and everything else, but the moment that conservatives are able to start utilizing
I hear you.
what is influencing the younger generation, now all of a sudden politicians, right? Those politicians that have had control of the narrative for so long, now all of a sudden it's a priority to, we need to ban that. And it just happens to fit their narrative that, it's a Chinese app and all that. Look, it's a marketplace of ideas, and people for so long. Look, financial benefit or financial means. Look, we understand that, but when it comes to the globalists, when it comes to the communist, when it comes to all these influences, the money will come eventually as long as they're able to control the system. And the moment that we're able to, conservatives are able to start utilizing those platforms, now it becomes a priority for the politicians to put a stop to it. That's what I'm saying, right? Look, as long as they're able to control things and they're able to control the narrative and they're able to they're going to get their money. Yeah. So the banning of TikTok to me is not a financial issue for them. It's a controlling the narrative issue. Because now you have the younger generation that are seeing messages of, why can't I afford, I'm 20 years old, why can't I afford to do this? Why can't I afford to do that? I can't. Look, those narratives are coming out daily on TikTok now, and the whoever they is though, they can't have that. They can't have that narrative getting out, or they will lose control. So now it becomes a priority to put a stop to it. That's all I'm saying. That's what they tell me. I would never say it, but that's what they tell me.
Who is they though? That's what we all need to know.
Who is they though? That seems like a good ending.
I think we're gonna end on that. Who is they though?
Is it or is it Caesar?
What?
Or them?
Well, listen,
I really
guys.
appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Bro, you could come on. You could come on any night.
Dude, I look forward to this. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. I hope everybody else enjoyed it.
Well, shit, we've been going for 3.5 hours.
You come whenever you feel like, honestly.
Whoa, Tiller, pause on that. Pause.
Tiller just made me really gay.
Jesus Christ, Tiller. Nobody's coming on anything.
When are we doing this again? Tomorrow? Because I believe we're trying to do Saturdays, right?
Whatever you guys want. I'll be around.
I'll be at the Renaissance Fair this weekend.
Yeah, I might not actually be around tomorrow.
Well, we can be short one bastard. I'll fill in.
Well, I might not be here neither.
That's dose. We'll figure it out.
Maybe
we'll talk in the morning.
Let's talk for a few minutes after the stream. Yeah.
Friday or next week Saturday.
I'll be on a nighttime tomorrow.
Hey, thank you for all you.
Are we?
Thanks for all those viewers out there. Hope you enjoyed the show. Come back.
Episode.
We had 7 total.
Episode 2 of the Three Bastards podcast. We thank you all for tuning in tonight on this beautiful Friday night. I don't know if it's beautiful by you, but it's beautiful by me. The moon is out right now. There's no clouds in the sky. It's about 60 degrees. It's a beautiful night. I think I'm going to go out and enjoy the rest of this night. And I hope you guys enjoy your nights too.
What a gay.
Listen, bro, it's a beautiful fucking Friday, dude. We're coming into the summer now.
You're coming into something.
Oh, I'm definitely coming into something. There you go. Fucking end our live stream fucking so everybody could see us doing it. End it for everybody to see.
Alright, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Dropping slurs.
Good job, guys.
Bro, that was fun as hell.
That was fun, right?
That was 3.5 hours.
Let's fucking go, man.
We definitely have to structure it a little better.
What are you complaining about, Tiller?
We're learning.
Not a complaint. But that was 3.5 hours. That's a lot of content.
It's like I should have been in bed 2.5 hours ago.
We should have started an hour before we.
Well, I was 20 minutes late from the gym, you know, releasing all this THC that's in my fucking fat cells.
Well, I'm hopping off, guys. Good night.
Pissed.
Yeah. I gotta get to bed too. I got the Renaissance Fair in the morning.
Alright, have fun, guys.
Take it, dudes.
I had my mic fucking muted. Damn it. Stupid.